Hit it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Number 22. We're here.
Here we are, man.
Good toxic men.
GTM, baby. GTM. Here we are.
Let's go, bro.
Dang.
How was your day?
Good. Chilling. Tired. You know, I got
One of those days.
It's one of those days. Got screamed at by the wife.
She's gonna watch this. Why?
Yeah, she is gonna watch it.
She's gonna remember this. Yep. Why she screamed at you? She's like, what? When did I scream at him? Oh, that's why I'm mad at him.
And then she gets mad again. she forgot it all about it, and then this episode reminds her again, that asshole. So yeah, man.
The things that I have to deal with him.
Yeah. Basically, man. I said I was gonna be back 30 minutes.
Oh, you're actually talking about it.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
It's real life stuff, bro. It's real life stuff. I got in trouble, bro.
How far do you want to go into detail?
I mean, not too far. I just hover over it.
Okay.
You know, I'm not really good into details. You know that.
All right. I won't go into too much detail as far as, because I don't want to spill the beans as far as like what happened. Overall, if you want me to tell it, or if you want to give the story,
give it details.
All right, I'll give you the G-rated.
Yeah, give G-rated.
G-rated detailed story.
Synapse of what happened. Go for it.
All right. So apparently, as far as like the story goes, me and Enrique hung out yesterday at the studio. Mm-hmm. We got here so that we could set up for today's episode because, of course, Monday I work all day, and it's easier for the setup to already happen either before we actually do the episode, because it's a lot better.
It's tedious. It's
get
tedious
here
work,
and start recording. It's better.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, so we try our best to either you come a little bit earlier, we chill a little bit, and then we record, or you get here a day before or whenever I'm available.
Yeah.
And we set up, and then we get to hear the next day and we record.
Straight to the recording.
Yeah, so apparently that was the plan. That was the original plan. We're going to get here and we're going to set up and see you tomorrow, that kind of thing. That was literally the initial plan. But, we're walking down the stairs and, we basically started talking outside, and we just started talking.
Jeez, man.
That's what happened. It's literally, if you want to say anything else, it's just more of just we lost track of time.
Yeah, that's the one thing you talk about.
And I think your wife had called you.
Yes.
And was wondering where you were at the time.
You know what? I get in the zone in the moment of the present time.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd like to indulge in the conversations and get lost in the conversations and just hang out.
Yeah.
I try to hit you up on the weekend and hang out with me, but you're like, I'm done. I'm beat. You went to Chili's and you called it a day.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, hey, man, why not just hang out? We don't, spend some time with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, and that's technically what we did. We were just hanging out, literally outside.
Yeah.
We could have hung out inside in the AC unit. There's couches here. There's nice chairs here, but yet we decided to hang out in the parking lot.
It's good.
It was just so random. A random hangout.
It was a random hangout.
Yeah. So, of course, apparently you had mentioned that you were going to go somewhere, or you're going to be somewhere with your family.
I said I was going to be back at a certain time.
Yeah. And the whole story of like the guy saying, hey, I'm going to go out for cigarettes.
Never came back.
It never came back.
That was a little bit of it. It's just like, it's been me, man. That's been me, a person that,
your whole life.
A whole life, Maybe it sounds like I'm not the most reliable person.
It sounds like it, bro.
But
literally,
that was just me being, that was my single behavior, a single soltero, a bachelor, just living free, not
really caring about what other effect you would cause to somebody.
Yes.
If you didn't show up at a certain time or did a certain task at a certain time.
Yeah. I didn't have to have that pressure back in the day, and I just did it.
You just did whatever you wanted.
People were like, where is he? He's looking for where, I'm out there just hanging out on the swing set at the park. Just having a good time, chilling. You know what I mean? I'm in the moment.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to be texting, and like it just feels
information.
Well, just like I'm talking to you, and then somebody just texting me, like
Is it you're caught in the moment, and and you don't think about even sending them a text or call like, hey, update, sorry I'm a little later. None of that goes in your head.
I'm just in the moment. I get lost in the moment, like
in the
you
moment.
Said. I just get lost in the moment.
Okay.
And I like being lost in the moment.
Okay.
I don't know. I enjoy that process, because if I'm like texting back and forth, I get the anxiety, like, oh, they're waiting for me. They're waiting for me. They're waiting for me.
And I have to cut the conversation.
I have to cut the conversation. When there's something, I feel like when there's a good conversation happening, I feel like you gain something out of the moment. I feel like we had some we gained something out of it.
Oh yeah, bro, we did.
Yeah, we had some dark moments, you know.
A lot of dark
moments. We went to these weird paths
spaces, bro.
Weird dimensional spaces in our conversation.
What are you talking about, bro?
Right, you got lost there.
I was like, what's going on here?
But you know, I even I reenacted your car accident.
Yeah, I know. I was like, bro,
that's what threw you off.
Yeah, I was like, why are you imagining me dying right now? I was like, this is like the weirdest conversation ever.
I was just saying, like, there's people that have like weird reactions when they get in a car accident, like oh, you know. But you're so like chill, and when that moment happens of that accident, you're like, oh no. Horrific. Like, oh no. You know, like, I don't know, dude. Horrific.
And that was your imagination.
That was my imagination
yesterday towards me.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's fun.
Apparently for you, I was like, all right, you're thinking about me dying. Thank you. I was like,
now that you put it that way, and you made me realize, like, I nobody talks this shit.
And literally, most of the conversations that were deeper on your end were literally about death.
Yeah, which is
like, I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, why are you thinking this way?
Right.
And you're like, isn't this not normal? I'm like, no, it's not.
People don't talk about death.
Well, they do think about it, but you go in a little bit deeper.
I put myself in that position.
Yeah, you literally in the moment of dying though. Like, you're not talking about death in general. Like, what's next and what's the afterlife? You're literally in the moment of like, how is it going to feel when I die? In the moment, like seconds before I die, you're thinking that detail. I'm like, why are you thinking that way?
Yeah,
and I was just trying to question it. And
why do you think that way?
Yeah, like what's wrong with your head? Like,
yeah. I thought it was normal. Like my brain goes into, like I told you, man. Like I just go into these thoughts and. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess not. Not everybody thinks about this.
Yeah, not in that type of sense. The way that you kind of bring it up as far as like some conversations, because I was like, wow, like that's a different way of thinking. You know, for me, I don't think that far as like the moment that I'm going to die. You know, like, oh, what exactly would I would feel? I'm pretty sure I'd feel anxious, but depending on the type of death that I encounter, you know, it all depends. Like I could fall asleep and not wake up.
That's the best death, isn't it?
Yeah, I would assume so.
That's the best death. Just sleeping and then.
And not even thinking that you're going to die.
Yeah.
You know, just
that's like, the best one. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Wouldn't you think that's the best death?
I would assume so because you're not thinking about it, right?
How about an atomic bomb landing and killing you?
Yeah, but are you thinking about the bomb coming or is it just spontaneous?
When I think about death?
No. That scenario that you said.
Yeah, spontaneous. So like...
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you wouldn't even feel it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was just like a light and like
a flash of light, like a take cheese.
Yeah,
like you're dead.
But I'm pretty sure that bullet to the head would be the same.
You think so? There's people that have survived.
But that's like they shoot
bullet in the head.
They shoot themselves in a weird way where it doesn't penetrate the brain, and you know where it doesn't like it just goes through the skull somehow, like by the cheek or something.
Right.
Yeah, because I've heard that too.
But there's people that actually get shot in the brain.
Oh, wow.
And still survive.
Wow, that's wild.
So that would suck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of want a death that's really instant.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Would you prefer like a beheading?
No, dude. That anxiety just hanging on the guillotine. Everybody's looking at you and shit. You're like, ah! This is embarrassing, you know?
Embarrassing?
I'm embarrassed.
That's how
scared.
Your head's going to roll off.
Roll off, and everybody's like, oh, look, that's his head.
Oh, no.
That's embarrassing.
And you know that it's almost like you're conscious because when they behead you, it's so quick that you see the images of like you rolling. Like your head falling off.
This is embarrassing. I see people laughing and shit. People eating food. No, dude, that's horrible. That's horrible. Man. I agree with you. Dying in your sleep is the best.
Yeah. I think there's another. I don't know if it's called hematoma or it's like you fall asleep and something aneurysm or something, and you literally die. Like your brain just turns off. Like I've heard stories of that.
An aneurysm.
Yeah, where they just like lean over, take a nap, and then just never wake up.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a friend that happened to his wife.
Wow.
Like they spoke on the phone. I guess they were in a dentist appointment for their daughter, and she was with the daughter at the dentist. You know, and she either she was in the lobby or in the room. I don't know where she was at, but she was with her daughter, and she hung up either on the cell phone, and she leaned over to the wall. To like and everybody assumed that she was just resting. She never woke up.
Wow.
Yeah.
She died at the waiting room.
Yeah.
My friend told me it's like That would suck if you died at a place and you had to be a ghost there. You know, imagine dying at a Walmart parking lot.
That would suck.
That would suck, and you had to be a ghost there, dude.
Or a gay bar.
Fuck. The weird shit. He's just roaming around,
like,
saying the most gay shit.
Oh, like I don't want to be here no more.
Like, you can't get away.
This is hell.
This is hell. Like, and then you just, what would you do at a gay bar, dude? That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Someone kidnapped you and killed you there?
Fuck, dude. And you're there forever, dude. You're gonna be a gay ghost, man.
Yeah, it's either beheading or hanging. Which one do you prefer?
That's a good one. That's a good question, man. Some dark ass shit. You know, I thought about the hanging one because I can only imagine that nice pull of a spine and that nice stretch. You know, you probably, you know.
What? Like you want to be taller? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just. you ever seen those massage videos that they pull the neck and you can hear, you can hear the spine cracking?
Yeah.
And like, oh my god, it must feel really intense when you get hanged from your neck and you can hear your spinal, like, oh, like you know, like the best fucking stretch.
And then you die.
And then you die. You know, it was like the best stretch ever. Oh. You know, that's what I think.
Well, you're like they're suffocating.
Yeah, so that's the part. Yeah. So it won't be that pleasant, I guess. The stretching will feel good, but the suffocating, drowning seems like the worst, dude.
I think burning alive.
Fuck that.
That sounds terrible.
Fuck, dude. That's dark.
It is.
That's horrible, dude.
Yeah. Which one would you prefer, drowning or burning alive?
Oh, burning. I mean, drowning. No, burning. No.
Okay.
Drowning.
Like, how would you want to actually go about? Like, you're swimming, you couldn't get to shore.
Swimming, I got a cramp or something. I don't know. A wave just
or a wave
tumbles me a lot.
Or what if like you're in a submarine and you know that you're gonna drown?
Oh, dude, that would be the worst death.
Or like
ever.
Titanic, you know, like you're trapped in a room.
Yeah, it seems pretty intense.
Yeah. You know. So would you prefer that or burning alive? Titanic still.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not dying alone, you know. We're
you're in a room by yourself.
Fuck.
It's dark.
Inside and then we're sinking.
Yeah, you're sinking. And you can see the water just rising like every couple minutes. So it's not like fast.
Slow.
So it's like a very slow, like an hour.
That's pretty intense too. Because you're like, you try to hold on to your breath.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible too.
Yeah. So which one do you prefer?
Fuck water, dude.
The water still.
Because you're still gonna feel like that burn. Like,
yeah, that's
like
true.
how long does it you'll be cooking?
Yeah, that's true.
And you're screaming.
Yeah.
And still feel it.
Yeah.
Drowning is like how long can you hold your breath for? And if no more holding your breath, that's it. You know what I mean? Instead of your body becoming carne asada, you know?
Yeah.
You can feel it. You can feel yourself cooking. That's the worst.
Yeah.
When you drown is when you let your last breath go.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are your thoughts, bro. This is where conversations go.
That's where I go sometimes.
Yeah, this is literally how the conversations went yesterday.
Some of it.
Most of it, I would say. Most of it.
I
think right now they're more profound. Because I'm the one speaking at this point. Because yesterday you were literally leading the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that was where it just kept escalating deeper and deeper into your thoughts.
Everything I was saying was
I was like, what?
I just like to go deep sometimes, you know?
Why do you go deep into that era?
It's I feel like it's such a taboo. I get into the taboo topics, things that nobody really talks about. I just explore that world with some other person.
But is that something that you're scared of?
No, it doesn't keep me up at night. Not really. I mean, sometimes it'll just come to me and I'll just ponder on the thought and just go, and probably lose sleep, you know, sometimes. But it's not a thing that I worry about or write on my journal.
Okay.
You know, another night of thinking suicide.
Oh shit.
Or death. You know? Nothing like that. You know, I don't.
Okay.
But it'll be spontaneous because it was like a time that I told you I met this guy, a friend, that told me like sometimes I lose sleep because I think about death. I'm like, how do you lose? How's that even? What's that thought process like? How do you even? I was so confused, and over time and over the years, that thought would just come to me, just remembering what he said, and slowly start going into that thought. Okay, well, if I'm gonna freak out, so how like I wonder what that thought process is. So I start thinking, all right, well, if I'm at my deathbed and thinking this, I only have like 6 hours left, and my family's around me, how would I feel? And it feels horrible.
Yeah.
It feels like rushed. I'm like, I gotta sponge as much as I can.
Yeah.
You know, that anxiety.
What would you do if you had 6 hours to live?
What would I do, man?
And if you were still fairly healthy, like let's say it was just one of those things you're gonna fall asleep in 6 hours and you were gonna wake up, but you only had 6 hours to live, what would you do?
6 hours left to live.
Like let's say if it's even the evening time, like right now.
Yeah.
So I'm the doctor, Enrique, you only have 6 hours to live.
Yes.
And by the time, if you go to sleep, that's it. What are you doing?
Definitely gonna go make peace with people if I have
Right now?
Yeah. Have trying to find, like, call them or get together and just.
Right now?
Right now.
You're wasting time calling people.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
what am
6 hours.
6 hours, dude.
Yeah, you know how long it's going to take for you to gather people? It's like,
yeah, 6 hours,
like
dude.
4 hours later, you only have 3 hours left or 2 hours left.
Yeah, right. I gotta be wise with my time. Like, I was gonna say, fly to Japan. But, like,
You don't even get there.
Tio would died at the airport.
How long is it to get to Japan? Like 12 hours or something?
Yeah, dude.
It's like a whole day.
That's not gonna be enough for me, dude.
No way, dude. No flight could help me take me to my dreamland.
Yeah.
Honestly, just hang out with friends. Do some drugs with them.
Okay.
Yeah, indulge in the drug.
Okay. So you have that.
Hang out.
Maybe 2 hours. That I would assume you would want to hang out with your family at some point.
Yeah, hang out with my family.
So would you want to hang out with your friends first or your family?
Family first.
Okay.
And hang
So
out with friends.
I know for sure they're not going to want you to leave after.
That's true. That's what I'm saying, Eric. You put me in these positions that I got to think really clearly.
I have to, bro.
Dang. I mean,
What if it
I go with
happens?
my family first. They don't want me to leave after we hang out.
Yeah.
So I guess that's time.
And then if you hang out with your friends, you may lose track of time. You're like, I only have 1 more hour.
Died in the conversation with you. Dude, you gotta go. Wait, I want to get this last thought out.
just died in mid-sentence, dude. You're right. Dude, see, that's what I'm saying.
Why don't you just take your friends to your house?
That's true.
There you go. So you have both.
You're a good
Well,
vice
thanks.
president. You're a good vice president, man.
Yeah. So who are you? Okay. So you're hanging out with your family and your friends at your house. Is that it?
Yeah, man. I really didn't think too much of it, but now that you're making me think about it, yeah, have a family party, friend party, come over. Just,
like, remember, it's like right now, it's spontaneous.
yeah.
You'd have to call random people.
yeah,
Like, hey, I only have 6 hours to live. Come over to my house. I know it's inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's a Monday night.
just gonna have fun. We're gonna party, have a good time.
Yeah.
Let's have.
But that's it. Like, you wouldn't like steal a store or something because you're gonna die.
No, I mean,
Like throw a rock at a bank. Call an ex, cuss her out.
that'd be cool. Do some cool stuff.
Do something cool. Like you're
do something
literally-
evil before I leave.
Go to the car dealership, just buy the most expensive car.
Yeah, right.
It's under your name, so
Take
who cares?
somebody's like credit score and ruined it before I die. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but nothing like that. Nothing that comes into your mind.
Yeah, I think I will feel that type of thing. Like I must do something wild.
Yeah.
Go
But-
drive a Ferrari or something.
Okay. But
Yeah.
you that's it? Like you
I'm
get a tattoo on your face or something?
Yeah, why not? I'll do some tattoos.
Okay.
I'll do tattoos on my face, like cool shit like
Okay.
that. Buy some Gucci clothes.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know, dude.
You don't know.
I didn't take it that far to go. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I have 6 hours left, dude. I just know there'll be marijuana, some
Okay.
mushrooms,
Okay.
bonfires,
Okay.
family, friends.
Okay.
That's how much I can plan
Okay.
right now.
Right now.
But if you come in within my last 2 hours, dude, you want to go do some crazy stuff?
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, dude, whatever you want to do. Let's go rob a store.
All right.
Okay, I never did that before. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, you could steal 900 or under 900 or 950, I think.
Yeah.
You don't go to jail.
Let's go do that.
We'll
I'll be like, Aaron, what kind of camera do you need?
Yeah, right. No, I think they're more expensive.
Yeah, whatever you need, Aaron, I got you.
Yeah.
Steal yourself
They
there,
won't
dude.
catch me.
Yeah, dude. That's a yeah. What about you, man? 6 hours for you.
6 hours. That's interesting.
Yeah. Will you spend it on? What are you gonna do, man?
I think I would announce it to the family first. I'm not sure if I would want to spend the whole 6 hours with them. I think that's the one thing that you'd have, or I guess they would have to understand that it's the 6 hours that I have left on Earth, and we'll want to spend it with them. But overall, like you're not going to experience this type of living anymore because you're going to live once and you're going to die. So I'm going to want at least not to be at my house. So unless they want to join the party, they have to follow me.
Yeah, where's Irvin gonna party, dude? You're not much of a party guy.
I don't know. I'll probably just
Yeah, what does Irvin party look like?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I'll find a way. Like I'll do everything in my power to do what I can, like fly a plane. We have a airport nearby. Just experience as much as I can within the time that I have at this point.
Like an hour flight lesson.
Yeah, something fun. Something fun.
Jump out of a plane, probably. I'm already gonna die. Who gives a fuck?
Right. The last hour, the last minute, like might as well.
Yeah, right.
Might as well.
That would be cool. I'll do that
with a skateboard or something,
dude. I would like to. Yeah,
like a skateboard.
You're gonna jump out and play with the skateboard?
Yeah, bro.
It's not your
Just
dream.
like do a bunch of tricks.
Like,
I'm doing the impossible.
You kick the board too far out.
Oh,
like,
shit.
oh,
Oh, man. Not to wait.
You're like flying.
Oh, man. That's 5 more minutes.
Fuck. You try to do a kickflip. Kick that fucker out of
Yeah.
the way, dude. That would suck.
I'll probably cross the border.
Okay, yeah.
know?
Go to the motherland.
Yeah, go to the motherland.
Yeah.
Just literally cross the border the way that I came in.
Yeah.
That the same way.
You would die in your land then.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
That'd be
wanna die in
cool.
Mexico.
Yeah. That'd be
Okay.
cool. We're not that far, like 3 hours away.
Tijuana, is that where you want to go?
No, I would probably go to visit family for sure.
At Tijuana?
No, I live near Mexico City.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
Bro. That's more than 6 hours.
Dude, you're not gonna make it, dude. You gotta
I'll run quick.
Yeah, dude.
Hell, you gotta go to Tijuana, dude. It's only 3 hours away.
Oh, right.
That's all you got. Damn, man. It's okay.
Yeah.
So
That's life, though. That's life. I'm telling you, like we're gonna be here for a moment. We're here momentarily already, but unfortunately, because we have so many things that don't allow us to actually do what we want to do because we're trying to feed our families, like be responsible, that we forget what we should be doing. Like literally, that's living. Like the things that you're mentioning, that's living. Like you're enjoying the actual day. You wake up today, you have to I have to go do this. So you're not really living, you're just being responsible.
Yeah.
But every now and then we have to think about this is the only time where we're going to actually be here. And I think that's where the question goes in. When you ask stuff like that, that's where my head goes into that. Like, what are you doing with your time while you're still here?
Yeah. That's what that's what my buddy was talking about too, about you do so much in this planet and there's Earth, and then you kind of leave it all behind.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really matters at the end, because you break up with your girlfriend, this and that, or
Yeah.
your business. At the end of the day, you're gonna die. None of that is gonna
Yeah.
go with you.
Yeah.
You're gonna transition to whatever world that is.
Yeah.
Either you go to different dimensions, or I don't know, you
Yeah.
become energy in the universe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the unknown happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like this world is so cheap, I guess, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't last too long, and you just pass and then you move on,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the party happens. I feel like.
Do you think so?
I think so. Like it's so fast here, man.
You're optimistic off when it comes to the afterlife?
Yeah, because I realize that we're here in our flesh in this world doing what? Does it really matter what we're really doing? It only matters for like a few minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and then you leave a legacy for your kid. Yeah, but like that does not gonna last either. They're gonna die too.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it's. I don't know. I feel like what really matters is afterwards. Well, like whatever you do, I guess you do your deeds in life. It will count for whatever it is.
Do you think it's your consciousness that just moves on?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you think you'll still have the same image of yourself, of your external body right now, like in your consciousness? Like, would you remember Enrique the way that he looked every day, or is it just a thought that's like floating around?
Of how I look like, my being, myself?
Yeah, so is it just your consciousness? Like when we pass away, because we know that our bodies are going to stay here, but is it our consciousness as far as like when we die? Is it just that thought of who we used to be, but we don't remember how we used to look like? Or do we remember how we used to look like? And that's how we assume we look like, but it's just a consciousness.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, man. I would know that.
Or you think it's like Casper, like there is like, a form, like where you see like an actual form of a being, but you could see through it. Is that how you see yourself? Like a ghost?
No, dude. That ghost theory, that ghost stories, like you're going to look like you have your suit on.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Clothes
Yeah,
that you died.
that's what I mean.
No, I don't think so, man. I think I don't even know if it's going to be a body or just going to be energy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is it? Yeah, exactly. Is it just an orb, like a consciousness?
Yeah, like something.
Yeah.
It's not going to be this.
Yeah.
This would be nothing.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to have your body?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. It's gonna be different.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna be in the next place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you wouldn't want to have your body in the afterlife?
No,
No?
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't want my own body back.
No.
Yeah, I'd rather be an orb.
Oh, no.
Go through the sun.
Just traveling through the universe?
Or travel through time.
Okay.
Like I could see the layers of our lives.
Of like generations and stuff?
Yeah, you, me, everybody's.
Yeah.
You can just see the timeline of their life.
Yeah.
alternative lives that you died here, but you lived on the other side, in a different dimension, different alternative worlds. Or I like to go see Jesus, or like to go see Einstein doing some work. I don't know. I would that's what I would like to do if I had the ability to travel through time. I would like to do that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool, man.
And do you actually believe that you're going to do that for eternity?
That's the thing. Does boredom exist in an eternity world? I don't know, man.
Because if you say and you have all the time in the world going backwards and forwards, literally that you have all the time.
Because you could be energy, right? That's all you are at the end of the day. Spirit. I mean, people call it the spirit. You are just your spirit. It's energy. It's just gonna be an energy orb. I don't know, man. I can't really comprehend it really or fully explain what it is, but I think for sure none of this really fully matters. You know what I mean?
Life in general doesn't matter to you?
It does matter, but like, don't be stressing out. Like, but it's so hard. But like, the powers that be already figured out how to stress us out.
Yeah,
you got a mortgage, you got taxes, you got to do this, you got to do these world things.
Yeah, that
like,
don't really matter.
Yeah. Ruin our fucking lives.
Exactly.
Dude. If we didn't have those pressure and anxiety, I think we'd be chiller, man.
Yeah. Do you think that those anxieties or those problems build character, or do they make us just die sooner? Is it a negative or a positive in your head?
It's a give and take. I guess it'll build you. You have no other option but to come out.
Yeah.
And be.
Do you think it's a part of evolution?
Yeah.
Like those problems?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure, like when the first person that came out of a tree, basically started walking in two legs or whatever.
Yeah.
They have their own problems, right? Like someone sneezed and the other person died, that kind of thing, because they had no medicine.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they had their own type of problem, but not like social problems like we do. Like now our problems are basically based off of what we're creating.
Yeah, man-made problems.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like they had like a saber-toothed tiger chasing after them, so that's their problem.
Yeah,
but they didn't have the gossip of the neighbor, talking shit.
Oh yeah,
they didn't have that type of problem.
And worry about the gas prices going up.
Yeah.
Stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? I just saw, before I left home, I saw the Space Odyssey. And you ever seen that movie? Space Odyssey? It's a classic.
Sounds very familiar.
There's like these monkeys in the beginning, and then you see these black stone in the middle, and the monkeys are freaking out. Like, what is that shit?
No.
So it's just for a few minutes of the movie, probably like 15, 25 minutes of the movie, you just see a little group of monkeys just living day by day. The sun goes up, the sun goes down. Very simple to eat. And then you see other monkeys trying to take their territory. They have to fight back to keep it. Just that simple life. And then that big old black stone comes out of nowhere in the middle of the fucking land. And they're just freaking out, leaving monkeys confused and touching it, what it is. And eventually they got over it. It's just one big black stone right there. Eventually they get over it. And then one monkey's just pondering and just thinking about what he saw. He's looking over the old skulls of like bones from other monkeys or other animals, and he's just looking at it. He's just thinking, and he picks up a bone and he just starts hitting the ground with it, and it starts breaking the skull that he sees. And he realized
a hammer.
Power, which is the weapon of a bone. It's a bone. It's a weapon now.
Yeah.
So he's just walking around with it, and now he's killing other animals for food now.
Okay.
It's easier for him to survive now. He kills a fucking pig-looking thing, and he starts distributing food to his clan of monkeys. And then they're like, "We're eating now. And then other monkeys start learning how to use that tool. Now they have their own tool, and now it just becomes a conflict, and now they're like fighting for positions, and now they're beating each other up, and then slowly everybody started getting their own bones and their evolution, I
think when it came down to like building enemies within a tribe, I think it always comes down to survival.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's about the finding a tool, because let's say there was no tool. I also believe that there's always going to be a stronger monkey that is going to want to take over, empower, have the whole tribe's power, like the leader.
Yeah.
And then some other monkey's going to want, that power. So then they're going to need to fight.
Yeah.
So I think there's always going to be conflict with, even regardless if there's a tool or not, because there's going to be a female, that female is going to want that guy, but the other monkey wants her, so there's now conflict because of a female, you know.
Yeah, but that basic nature of just them using their paws, their hands to fight, and that next level of it is just now using a tool that gives you greater power, which is now you're using a weapon to kill. You got different advantages, right? Instead of palms, you can just from a distance, you can just fucking hit that monkey in the head and knock him out. So that idea of like this monkey has now power with that tool. It's like a gun. You know what I mean? Now I have power. People feel powerful when they have a gun, right?
I don't know one.
I mean, if you have a gun, you feel like a badass motherfucker, dude. Nobody can hurt me now. Yeah, what are you gonna do with that knife? What are you gonna do with that bat? I got you. I got power now.
Yeah.
I own you now.
Yeah.
You know, sit down, motherfucker.
Yeah, but it comes into the biological instinct to survive. You know, that idea that I need to survive, and this will allow me to survive without having to go and hurt myself, you know, with the physical form of like me having to fight physically.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, the tool,
Yeah.
now the gun, that kind of thing. But do you think those instincts kind of dwindle away, or is it always going to be there?
That instincts of
Survival, like biological instincts.
yeah, I think it's always in us. It's in our DNA. It's their program in us. But I guess, like you said, over time we just became a little lazier, right?
Do you think it could be reprogrammed, or could it be
just
that we're going to be programmed in some other sense of another type of, because that comes through generation of like not having a gun or not having tools. So it's an instinct that we kind of ingrained through generations. You know, we get it from one generation, then we get it from that generation, and it kind of keeps going on. And as far as like humans, we haven't been on Earth that long, so that for us to kind of like have a different type of programming. Right. And that's kind of my question. Like, do you think we're going to be able to reprogram that same instinct? Or because like you're saying, you were going to say, oh, it's because we're going to be a little lazier because of comfort and everything. Or do you think we're going to be programmed in a different way?
I think we're going to be programmed in a different way. You know, I seen this Joe Rogan episode where they talked about a snake, and that snake's tail has like it looks like a little bug. So birds could come down and try to attack that little bug, but it's really the snake's tail. And the snake's camouflage. So as soon as that bird comes to get that little bug, the snake just grabs the bird or whatever the victim is. And I guess through evolution, that tail was able to morph into like some type of little bug, but through survival, right? Because that's the only way they were able to eat.
Yeah.
Tricking the fucking animals to get it. That's like, I think over time, I think we're going to have to reprogram ourselves to survive, right?
Yeah, so going off of the evolution, because you're kind of talking about evolution right now.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. And the survival, because it's evolution, you know, like the ability to survive. Now, the idea of like women wanting a taller guy is because their instinct is to survive.
Yeah.
They wanted something stronger, like
protected.
To protect it.
Yeah.
But now we have conveniences, like we have police officers, we have weapons, you know, like what you're saying, with knives, guns, whatever type of weapon.
Weapons,
So the instinct technically hasn't gone away from them because they still go after the taller guys. So that's what I mean. Like, what do you think the next step is going to be? Because we still have these instincts that are biological instincts.
Old instincts, yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, even when girls say, hey, it's not about the looks or it's not about the physical, but yet their instincts always go towards that first.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I like a taller man.
Yeah.
But then you tell them why, and then they deny it. So what I'm saying is, like, they have weapons of choice. They could be as powerful as a strong man because literally a gun could shoot.
They could go grab a gun.
You know, exactly.
And feel protected.
So now they could protect themselves, but yet they still gravitate towards that instinct that is ingrained in them.
Yeah.
So do you believe that is it going to be a different, with let's say 100 years from now?
You think that, you're asking me, will that ever change?
Yeah, exactly. Because remember, that's a program that we've developed through generations of, you know.
It has to be a very drastic change completely of society. Like, I think to a point where women feel safe with the AI robot around them. That's just gonna like cover safety completely and not look for a man anymore because they got their own robotic protector security guard.
Okay.
At that point, I feel like that genetic coding of like I need a man, tall, strong, like kind of will like go away, right? Because no longer you have that. You already have something protecting you already. Mechanism, a machine.
So you're saying they can't protect themselves instinctually, like in the moment? Because an AI robot is like, they're going to make the decisions when to protect her.
Yeah.
You have a gun. Now it's in your power. It's because it's in your hand.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they need an actual physical specimen
To protect
to protect them.
Well, you're asking me what will, if any, that DNA code of them feeling that they need a taller man, a strong man to protect them. That's in them already.
Yeah,
ingrained in
to
them.
survive. Yeah.
In order that to go away, they would need an extreme environment, which is a robot protection, right? They
So
will
the
live.
instinct would go away to not even look for the man.
Yeah, they would just go away because at this point they are.
You don't think they would want to procreate though?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So, because that's the other concept is like they want their kids to be taller as well,
Damn.
because it becomes generation of like, oh, my kids are going to survive. It's an instinct. They won't ever tell you the
Right.
truth. Like, oh, I like a taller man because they don't even know. It's instinctual in them. Like, oh, I want a taller man because instinctually I would want him to protect me. They would
Right.
just say, oh, I don't want to be taller than him. But that's not really the truth, because there's so many women that would prefer a taller man.
They do
And
like
that's
taller.
literally the reason. If they want it to be, they want to feel like they're the woman, they want to feel protected under a guy's arm.
I felt protected in front of a man before too. You ever got?
but you're not a man though. I mean,
I
you're
felt-
not.
but you
I
never
mean, you're not a woman.
But you ever had like homies like, oh yeah, if anything goes down, this homie got my back.
I think I've always been filled with testosterone, so that's
Yeah.
always been different for me.
I always had that. I had those feelings before. I was like, if anything goes down, I know my homie
Oh
will
my
protect me.
goodness.
Like I felt that protection. I mean, I don't know, dude.
But you're not procreating with a man.
No,
God.
no, no.
God,
but-
why are you throwing yourself under the bus, bro?
But I just know for a fact that women do feel that way. Like they like it. They like
yeah,
to
but
feel
that's what I mean.
protected.
It's
Yeah.
an instinct, right?
It's an
So,
instinct.
but they could go and get their own gun.
They get their own gun. They still
But
would.
they're still going to want a taller guy.
They still want to.
Okay, so now I'm going after the AI that you had brought up. So now they have the AI,
protecting them.
but that's still a tool.
That's still a tool,
That's
yeah.
still a tool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So a tool like a gun or a tool like a weapon
Yeah.
is a tool like a AI.
a robot.
Yeah,
man.
AI. They're still going to want a human being next to them at some point.
Yeah.
So do you think that instinct of wanting that human being taller, even regardless of a weapon like a knife, a weapon like a gun, a weapon like an AI, whatever type of robot you're assuming that we
Yeah.
would have in 100 years, are they still going to want a taller guy?
Maybe preference. Yeah.
Preference?
Yeah.
But it's not instinct no more. It's just preference.
Well, damn man, you're really throwing me under here like curveball, man. Like,
I have to make you think, bro.
You're making me think. You say that after having that robot,
Yeah.
are they going to still want a strong protector male?
Yes.
And the answer would be probably yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because we're assuming at this point right now we're fighting for equality, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's equal pay, equal opportunity, equal everything. But yet, even when they have equality, they still want superiority. Like as far as like the taller man, someone that makes more money than them,
Yeah.
like they still want to they still want to feel protected in some sort of way, financially or if not physically. And that's what I mean. Is it an instinct that will go away later on? Because right now we're getting the start, like the ball rolling. Like, okay, now they're working. They have their own careers.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. They're thriving for whatever they're thriving for. They have the choices, power of choice, power to vote, power to everything that we have.
Right.
But are they going to have these instincts in 100 years when they have everything? Like literally, that now they have AI.
they don't have to feel. Yeah, they can walk in the streets at night. They don't have to fear no more.
Exactly. They don't have
got
to
their
feel
robot with them.
Exactly.
The robot can have sex with them if they wanted to.
If they want it, if that's what they're using it for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are they still wanting that are they?
yeah,
are
I think they're still going to want a man.
Yeah, they're still going to want the taller man.
They could still want any man.
But
I mean,
no.
it's-
What we're talking about
the
is
instincts of the
yeah,
strong,
yeah.
big, tall man.
Exactly.
Are they,
Or is it just going to be like you said, preference? Is it just going to be a preference at that point, or is it going to be an instinct? Because right now it's an instinct.
instinct, yeah, but like at the end of the day, I think it's just whatever they can get, right? I mean,
But what would they prefer?
women. I can't say women. All women want a tall man. I can't tell you that.
But if you're talking about generalities, if we lined up 100 women right now,
And if you ask them 100,
all 100 women,
I want a tall man. You think all the 100 women are
no,
tall?
I'm pretty sure at least a couple of them are going to want. I
Yeah.
don't really care.
Yeah.
But out of those 100 women, how many are they going to say no?
It's I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know women. I don't know if they like. Yeah, maybe they wouldn't want a man shorter than them.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah.
Some women do care. Some women
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Care. Don't care.
But
Some women.
which one is the bigger margin as far as like who doesn't care, who cares?
It's just hard to tell, man. I
Okay,
mean, it could be equal.
So
It
it's
could be
fairly
equal.
simple. They're going to want the taller man. If you say,
Really?
would you prefer a man that's 5'0", 5 foot, that's short, right?
Yeah.
Or do you prefer someone that's at least 5'8" to 6'1"? Which one do you think they're going to prefer?
The tall one.
Exactly. So there you go. That's a generality of
yeah.
everything. Of course, there are going to be far and a few of women, like I'm going to say very far and a few that are going to say, I would care less as long as he's nice to me, as long as he, protects me in some sort of way where he's mature and everything. Now those are very far and a few.
So you're telling me the woman that prefers a tall woman, that's a big majority of women, and that's because it's almost ingrained in them.
It biologically.
Because back in the Stone Age, it's like they need a tall protector.
Yeah.
It's been in their DNA forever.
Forever.
And then will that ever go away?
Yes.
No.
Okay, there you go.
Even with a robot in them?
Yes, there you go.
No.
Okay.
They'll still gonna want a tall ass dude to fuck them hard. You know? They still want big man in there. Even though they got a robot that's as tall as that man.
Yeah.
You know,
so that can't be reprogrammed.
I guess
anyway.
Now going into that thought, no. I guess that program will always be there.
Oh, okay, there you go.
But it is being distorted, right? I mean,
I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think so.
It's still good. That's still going to be a thing forever, then, huh?
I think so. I honestly think so. I think there's an instinct that is given to us by a greater power.
Yeah.
Like animals, they feel certain things that we don't feel. It's an instinct. Like when an earthquake's coming, a disaster's coming. It's an instinct. They have to run away. I don't think that we could reprogram it fully to the extent where it's going to go away. It's always going to be there kind of seeking itself, like lingering around, and you're not going to understand it until you actually study it. And you're like, oh, this is why I am, the way that I am.
So you're basically telling me that we're living in two different ways. We're living in a conscious way, and then we're living in a subconscious way, which is kind of living in our animalistic way. Animalistic way is very subconscious.
Yeah, there you go.
And we're reacting to our monkey ways.
Yeah. Wow, bro, you got deep.
So we're just walking around.
Wow, what happened to Enrique where you got smarter?
Dude,
wow, damn, got deep, bro.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm understanding where how Irvin flows.
All right, there you go. I like that.
It's always been me, man.
Yeah, you got deep right there. I understood exactly what you said too.
Yeah, I guess I over time I got lazy at talking. That's what it is.
Oh my god!
I just hope people get the first 3 sentences and they can run with it, like I
Right?
told you. But now it's just like, okay, I gotta really put an effort with Urban.
Well, of course, because we're in the podcast, we have to understand each other, and of course, people are listening.
Yeah.
So if I'm not understanding what you're saying because you're literally missing a couple paragraphs within your first sentence, they're gonna get lost. I'm like, what was that? Say that one more time because I literally missed a couple sentences being in between.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
So at the bottom line, women will always need a tall, strong man. That's in their DNA. Even though AI robots there to do whatever they want, whether protection in society, in the world, or sexually, probably because they got mechanical dildos, right? So at the end of the day, they're still going to need that, real man,
That protector.
But the thing is that protector, that ingrained image of a man that protects a woman, that's sort of kind of diminishing, right? I mean, that man, that protector, that caveman. I feel like in today's society in America, they kind of apparently there's a lot of arguments saying that they're squashing that, they're eliminating men. They're not real men anymore. There's not real men. It's just a bunch of pansies.
Yeah, I think society has been arguing against that concept of a man just because they want to divide us. And it's easier to divide people because they could sell us on anything. As far as if a man is weak, you cannot allow him to, or if a man is weak, it's easier for him to follow anything, anything that the government throws at him because he's weak at that point. Like mentally, he's weak because he doesn't have the girl that he wants. He's just depressed. He's going to follow whatever cult comes along. So it's easier for him to be sold on items. Same thing with women. If they're being told, hey, go live your best life by yourself, go vacation, and then they're 40 or 45, they can't have kids anymore. They have their Gucci bag next to them because all they pursued was their career. And that's all they did. They didn't want to pursue a man because, the society has been telling them, no, you don't need a man. Now they're depressed. And of course, now they're going to pursue more items, therapy. They're going to pursue drugs, depression pills, and all this other stuff. So it's literally just to consume more off of whoever's selling these items. And that's why they do it. The whole idea of why do you need a masculine man? That kind of thing. The concept of masculinity, right? The argument.
Why do you need a machismo man?
Well, it's just the terms that are being thrown at women or thrown at men as well. Like, oh, you shouldn't act this way because you're going to be seen via society, which, to be honest with you, via society is just the realm of imagination. The way that I would want you to be treated as far as as a man is the way that I would want to be treated as a man. but doesn't mean that what they sell me as what society should be treating us doesn't mean that's real. You know, it's just the way that they talk, why society should be the way that it is. But it's just a dream, you know, like they're not involving biology. They're not involving facts. They're not involving mathematics. They're not involving what is real. They're involving this fantasy of what could be, but it's a could be to sell us a dream to divide what we are.
Yeah.
And I think the idea of that men should be men, I will always go towards more that path, because now we're noticing that a lot of guys, like you already said, there are a lot of guys that are weaker now, and they don't know where their path is at this point because they're lost. You know, they're depressed. You know, they're upset at each other. You know, they don't believe in themselves anymore. They're not motivated anymore. And of course, women don't like that. You know, women want a leader. At the end of the day, they could always say, "I want someone just like me," but women don't want to date another woman unless you're a lesbian.
Right.
That's another thing. You know,
another thing.
Yeah, but that's kind of where the argument always goes towards. You know,
My buddy's like an old man, right? He's like in his 40s, and we talked about, hey man, you know, if your kid was gay, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Like if your kid goes or wants to venture out like wearing a dress, what would you do? He's like,
he asked you.
I asked him.
Oh, you asked him.
He's older man.
Okay.
He doesn't have kids, but
Okay.
asked him if you had a kid that wanted to wear a dress, what would you do?
Yeah.
He said, "Bam, smack that boy." He's like, you won't take the time to like walk him through it, talk to us. Like, no, I'm not gonna open that Pandora box because I wouldn't understand how to guide him through it. Like, no, I'm your father. You're the kid. You listen to what I tell you to do. Until you're 18, go ahead and do whatever you want.
Okay.
And that seems like the way he's treating that seems like, oh, that's bad. I feel like people will cancel him.
For sure.
saying something like that. You know what I mean? And that I feel like that's an old school man mentality, like a very like, no, you listen to me.
Yeah.
This is my house.
Yeah.
You want to wear dresses. You don't wear dresses till you're 18. Right now, you wear what you want.
Where I tell you.
What I tell you.
Yeah.
You don't know any better.
Yeah.
Better. I'm your father.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Yeah.
But I think in this society now, it's like we're giving so much freedom to the kids.
Yeah.
Like you want, like, go ahead.
Yeah.
And have no limits or like how to handle a situation
Yeah.
like that. Like, I think for sure, I think family and being a father, it's different now. The old ways is not good anymore.
Well, the old way, there's a lot of things that are good from the old ways, and there's a lot of bad things from the old ways too, because they weren't as educated as now we could be educated when it comes to like children behavior studies and stuff like that. They didn't have that stuff, like to Google or ChatGPT or go to Barnes and Nobles and pick up a book about
YouTube video about parenting.
Exactly. We didn't have that type of information where they could gather, because it was almost like assumed that this is the only way because my parents taught me this way, so I'm going to teach it to my kids because it's not just like a thing that we did and look how I turned out. But every person's a little bit different, the way that they think, the way that they feel, the way that they react, it's always going to be different. Now, do I think a parent should be allowed to like belittle or traumatize a kid if he's gay and, like that kind of thing? I think that's going to go with the negatives because the kid is trying to figure out who he is. But I do agree on the idea that it is his house. Like I would always go off of the respect. Like if I was that guy and my I don't know how old you assume the kid is going to be, like 8, maybe
8, 9.
Okay. So he's 8 or 9. He's elementary school. Like I would talk to him as much as I could. Me, myself, I wouldn't go after the, yes, it's okay to wear a dress. Myself,
you won't entertain that idea.
I wouldn't entertain it. I'm like, okay, same concept as far as like what your friend had. Once you turn 18, go do whatever you want as far as like your life. But in my house, this is how this works. You're a boy, you're gonna dress like a boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna respect the idea that at one point you're gonna want to, but you're gonna need to buy it yourself.
Right.
It's gonna come off of your actions now. Like, because the thing is that where do these concepts come from as far as like, why do these boys want to dress like a girl? They must have seen something. They must have heard something. They must have been taught something. This doesn't just come all automatically, like, if all I knew was about jeans as a boy, and I lived in a rural area, like in the forest and something, all I knew was jeans and shorts, and I'm a boy. That's all I'm gonna know, right? But all of a sudden, I go to a city and someone's telling me, "Oh, you could also wear this dress." Then all of a sudden, I'm gonna think, "Oh, it's okay to wear a dress," because I'm telling me it wasn't ingrained in me to wear the dress. Someone told me to wear the dress.
It was exposed to you.
It was exposed to me.
And that's exactly what what we're talking about is that, the father used to have the saying now, and now they've taken away the rights for the parents to raise their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now the TV's raising your children. The school is telling you how you should raise your
Mm-hmm.
own kid. Like, you're doing it wrong. You're messing your kid up. And now society, whether it be the TV or schooling or friends.
Or society.
It's society
Yeah.
now. It's just now like you have no right to protect them from society.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to tell you how things are. I have the experience of my own life and what I think it's right or wrong. So I'm going to teach you that. But it's so hard to do that nowadays because maybe what you say or what you stand for might go against everybody else. And now
And might get canceled.
might get canceled. Like, you're wrong for doing that. Like, well, that's what I think it's right.
Yeah.
You can't tell me wrong. I'm raising my kid, but
It's my kid.
They're taking that away from you now. They're taking that away from parents now. It's like, no. Well, you're wrong. We know what's better for your kids, what's best for your kids. This TV show that your kid watches, like, let them watch that. You have no right. You're wrong for telling them that's wrong for them to see it. Like, your voice, your opinion doesn't matter anymore
As a parent.
you
Yeah.
know? Which is
And I
crazy.
think you think about these thoughts more because you have a daughter.
Yeah.
I don't even have a girlfriend at this point. So I
Yeah.
don't even think in general, like when I have a kid, maybe I'll think about it when it's asked. But as far as like me living on a day, like that's something that I don't ask myself because at this point, all I have is a niece. And maybe I'll think about, when she gets a preschool or
Right.
even like kindergarten, like how it's going to look like in that class. Because I know some colleges now, they're now kind of like, they're kind of going after what is popular, and what is popular right now is like your pronouns.
Yep.
And the idea, the concepts that you're gonna have your kid go to a college, and now they weren't influenced by that. Like at some point that all they know is that you're Enrique and I'm Irvin, so that's what they assume we are. But now they're being programmed to say use pronouns. And
Yeah.
when did this happen? And then because everyone's doing it, the teacher's telling you to do it. Now they're like, oh, this is how we do it because it's my first time coming out of me being a kid. Now I'm by myself. Is this adulthood? Is this what's going to happen? Because they're being programmed into that form. And like you said, you have a daughter now,
Yeah.
and she's going to start kindergarten in a couple of years. And how is that going to look like? What type of teacher is she going to get? And then some teachers hide stuff, like their political views.
Yep.
The way that they even live their life, type of religion. Some teachers bring in their livelihoods into the actual classroom when they're mad.
They'll show who they are in school instead of leaving who they are at home. You just do the curriculum, but they bring their own political views into the children, and children, they're giving so much information for children to even try to understand. Just keep it very minimum.
Yeah.
Like it's just too much information. It's just such a big responsibility to have so many opinions thrown at you. Like, then what is right or what is wrong?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
complicates the kid's life more.
Yeah, and as far as like you now being a parent, because I'm not a parent,
Yeah.
how do you go about it? Like as far as like what are you doing currently now so that you could avoid certain situations, like certain problems? Because your daughter is going to be told certain things that morally is incorrect.
Right.
But for some reason, you challenge it, society's going to tell you, no, your morals are wrong,
Yeah.
our morals are right.
Daddy, they said that what you think is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So how are you preparing that right now?
Well, I think the first thing I think it's important is building a relationship with your kid, building a place that she feels safe to come to you, talk to you, and express her thoughts, and letting a safe space where she could express whatever she thinks. And then if ever a conflict in school or somebody, she have the trust to talk to me, and we'll have that dialogue. You know what I mean? I think that relationships are very important. I think most parents nowadays are so busy to even build a rapport with their kid. They come home really late.
Yeah, I agree.
And they go, the kid goes to school again, and they see him only at night for 2-3 hours. But it's just repeating. Families don't even eat on the table anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's very important to have that relationship with the kid.
Like an open conversation.
Open conversation where it's not judgmental, where you don't tell them that's wrong. Or, Dad, I feel like wearing boy clothes. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's see why, Like, okay,
Did one of your friends, is she wearing now Dickies and whatever Van shoes? Is this a reason why you want to wear this type of clothes? Like, where is it coming from?
Where's it coming from?
Yeah.
What did you see it? Who told you?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Want to see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
and not judge her for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just try to understand it.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to have it, but it's so easy now to kids get influence because your parents are not having influence on their kids no more. They took that away. I'm not sure if they took it away on purpose, but society became so away that, you know, you got to pay your mortgage and prices are going up. You spend $130 at Target buying 3 items, you know, like,
fast food is like
$16 now. Like fast food's expensive. Like you trying to hustle and work and
no more time for the family.
No more. The family idea is kind of, you know, dissipating.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just going away. And the kids are just on their own with the TikTok, TV.
And this is assuming that you're living some sort of like a simple life too.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about a lavish life.
Yeah.
Because I would honestly say I'm a very simple person. I don't really go out. You know, I don't really spend a lot of money. But yet I always feel like I need to keep working.
Right.
And it's like my whole life is consumed with work. Like if I don't work, literally everything could be taken away. So I have to continuously work. So I'm in a cycle of just like repeat, and wake up, repeat.
Yeah, it's like it's just
we're
routine.
Just routine, exactly.
Yeah,
so not having a little person to like now mentor and try to bring up as a good person, like where am I going to find the time?
Where's that time?
Yeah, you know? Where's that time? You know, because all I'm trying to do is feed her at this point.
And then you're tired coming back from work. Your brain's done. You just want to zone out on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you have a society in America where kids are being neglected and only on their phones, and that's why you have kids going up to the parents. I want to be a boy. You know, like, well, where did this come from? How this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like now they're like, it's okay, so you won't have to stress over it. Like, well, society, TV, everybody's telling me it's okay if your boy wants to dress up or be that way.
Yeah.
So I rather not go against the current and just kind of go with it because
it's easier.
It's easier.
Yeah.
They said it's okay and there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to do this. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Phil said is okay. You know, like it's weird, man. That's in America right now. That's all I know about how America is. Like surroundings. I don't know how China is, or it might be worse in other places. But I know right now in society in America is.
I think it's in the Western societies.
Society, yes.
I think China's more like a dictatorship.
Yeah.
So the even TikTok, they have a limitation as far as like your age, and then also they only have like engineering stuff.
The content that you watch.
It's literally informative and if all that stuff. It's like because they are the ones that I think it was China, right? They were the creators of TikTok.
Yeah.
So they created this platform, gave it to us, knowing that we're going to be focused on short content. Anything that has a high spike of endorphins, they're going to keep recreating. And of course, everybody wants the clout. So they're going to want to recreate it for themselves so that they could get the likes and the comments. So now we're involved in this program that they gave us. And over there, their program is different.
Yeah, they're not about likes. It's not about like their dopamine comes from when they probably learned something new through that video.
Exactly.
And for us, it's like, oh, they give us 1,000 likes. Woo! You know, they get freak out.
Yeah. We're doing the simulation stuff that you showed me the other day.
Yeah.
With the girl like just repeating a bunch of shit. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I feel like it's in a spectrum of like, what is this? Like literally, like I didn't know what to do with that. Like that video, like it just, I felt weird, you know, like that. Do you know which I'm talking about, right? Where they're handing out the little whatever. I'm not on TikTok, so I can't really say. Like they're giving her like popcorn or whatever, and she was like repeating certain words.
Oh, the TikTok, the robotic talk, right?
Yeah.
The girl is like, oh yeah, she reacts to this the little
emojis or whatever.
Emojis,
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like I don't know what to do. My brain doesn't know how to focus to that. Like I don't know how to react to it because it's almost like at a point where it's just so dumb to me that because I never seen it that way because I don't consume that. Like that's what I mean. Like I don't consume it even to the smallest grain of anything because what I do on a daily is I'm always trying to inform myself. I'm always trying to develop something, problem solving. So when I see something like that, I'm like, is this what people want to see now? Is this how far we've gone? That this is normalized. She's literally repeating and making noises.
Right.
And I'm like, this is entertainment. And she's making money.
How weird is it? Because it's so funny. It's like you go, what's going on? What's everybody watching nowadays? I'm left behind. What's the gossip
What's
today?
the newest, coolest thing?
They go look at this girl. Ketchup, yum 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 yum, ketchup. You know, like,
and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, is this a broken thing?
Is
like,
this a joke?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this real life?
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like I literally felt so confused. I'm like, what what is this?
What's going on?
Yeah, like what? I don't know how to react to it.
You
like,
left the grid. You
like
left.
I'm like I don't know if it's funny, if it's dumb, if it's hilarious, it's a joke, if it's serious.
Yeah.
What is this? Like I just my brain just didn't know how to program it. But these kids are going to be taught this because now it's normalized. And what's the next thing? You know, just a person just not blinking.
No,
Like
man.
how long could I stay not blinking?
That's where I freak out, dude. That's why I go to these dark thoughts, you know,
Yeah.
like my kid, you know, I have a kid growing up in this world society, you know, like the public schools are not great and it keeps getting worse. You know, and then you want a great education for your kid, you got to pay for it. Private school, which is a lot of money. You know what I mean? So like that sacrifice, like got to work extra more just to get her to get a decent education.
Exactly.
Which is messed up. And then on top of that, you got a neglectful full of children. And then I'm doing my best to give the attention to my kid. And then she's surrounded by those kids that get neglected. What's going to happen around her? What's going to happen to her? Like, why is everybody like unhappy? What's wrong with that kid? Like, you know, like
He's all drugged up.
he's all drugged up on, you know, Adderall. He wasn't supposed to be on Adderall, but his parents wanted to chill
Yeah,
out.
because they didn't have the time to take him out to the park
Yeah.
or take him out
What's wrong
to
with
get
all
us
these
sports and
what's wrong with
stuff.
these kids? They
Yeah.
don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
They're quiet.
Antisocial.
So what's that of my child? How's she gonna make friends?
Yeah, exactly.
How's my kid gonna feel?
Yeah.
Dad, I can't find nobody to talk to me.
Yeah.
Or all they want to do is just watch their thing, their
Yeah.
TikToks or their phones. Like what's the point at this point?
Yeah, what's the solution?
Why do I bring my child to this world? Like
Yeah.
what was the whole point of you being here then? What was the whole point of you being here? Like
Yeah.
bring my kid to this world where
Yeah.
there's just this.
Yeah.
This is all they got her. This is all what she has to offer. That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a society like that we're in right now. I think at some point we have to develop, I guess, certain policies within society too. Like as far as like right now, I know we're trying to be more nice and we're trying to be more exclusive to everything because there was a point where we were a little bit more barbaric.
Yeah.
You know, like 1930. You know, that's the year that women started voting. You know, that you were not that far away. You know, that's not that long. That's not that far.
like
You know, the time is not that far away. you know?
Slavery.
Yeah,
How
you know,
long ago was slavery
It was not
in
that,
America?
Yeah, exactly. And now there's more slaves now than there was slaves back then.
Out of America.
At America, yeah, exactly. But I'm talking about in general, like
in general, okay.
and everywhere in the world,
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
because there were slaves when there were slaves here, there were slaves in
Everywhere.
Brazil,
It was a thing.
Mexico,
Yeah.
Canada. There were slaves everywhere.
Everybody had their own slaves.
Exactly, the one type of form of slaves, but now there's more slaves now.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, I think at certain points we have to equalize what the marketplace is now showing us because we were trying to balance certain things that weren't equal. You know, like the ability for women to work, it wasn't equal. You know, because at some point they weren't able to work, they weren't able to vote. You know, they didn't have certain opportunities. So we try to equalize it by giving them more opportunities, you know, but that means
It's a give and take. What
Yeah,
did they lose by gaining it?
or who had to lose something so that they could gain.
The mother had to go to work. She lost the relationship with the kid. But she got money. She got status. She got that new car, that new house.
Yeah.
But she gave up being a mother at home,
Yeah.
raising her kid,
Yeah.
giving that love. Yeah, she could
Yeah.
try to do it,
Uh-huh.
but she's working like 10 hours at work,
Yeah.
11 hours
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah.
So how's she going to have that time to give him
Yeah.
that love?
Yeah.
So she traded in that status for that family life. You know what I mean?
But even because you're going in deeper into the family, I was
Yeah,
kind of going in more into like, which you're right, you're correct. And
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. Like when you do something, you're going to lose
Yeah.
the amount of quantity of attention that you give to something.
Yeah.
So if you're a full-time mom, you're a full-time mom.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to give it everything that you have as far as being a mom. So of course you're going to be the best mom
Yeah.
of yourself, the version of yourself that you could give. But of course now you're dividing yourself with a career and a workspace
wanna
and
be
you know,
hardworking, yeah.
you know, like you
That's
have
it,
your
yeah.
boss or if you're not your clients or employees or your acquaintances within outside of the family. So now you have to put that energy and divide it. So that means you're not even giving 100% into the being a mother because now you're having to divide it with these other experiences, these other people, this other type of problem that is outside your actual household. So it's a give and take, like you said. But what I was going after is more of the idea, like if someone is gaining something that they didn't have, someone has to then sacrifice something so that they could then give it to them. So in order for the equality to happen, that means, have you heard of affirmative action?
Affirmative action.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they let a different race into a school, like a black. We don't have enough black kids in the school.
Yeah,
so we gotta let 3 in right now.
Yeah, so affirmative action goes also to the idea that if there's not enough women in the workspace, they have to then choose a woman as far as like if there's a position now being open.
Yeah.
Regardless if her qualifications is less than a man, they're gonna say, well, we need a woman. So this guy is more qualified, but because we need a woman because she's a female, all of a sudden now the man loses. So that's what I mean. Like someone has to lose, someone has to give up something so that the equality could go up because something needs to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
And men has been like the idea of like masculinity, what we're talking about, has been sacrificed so much.
We've been squished so much.
To the point now it's normalized to squish men.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where now we're noticing that where the idea, I think we spoke to Chris, like me opening a door to a man, it's almost respectful to the man because we don't get respect from the other side anymore.
Yeah.
So me opening a door to like a random guy at a grocery store, liquor store, or anywhere where I have to open the door, it's always, oh, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. Or, like, thanks, boss, that kind of thing. If I would do that for a woman, it's almost like she's entitled to it. So she already, in her head, she's like, whatever.
Right.
Like the amount of times that I talk to either my friend Sarah or another female and I say, how many times do you get hit on or how many times are you told that you're pretty? They're like, I don't know. Because it happens so frequently that they don't even care anymore. But how many times does a guy ever hear that from another female? Like, hey, man, you look good. Like that type of compliment. It doesn't have to be like a sexual compliment, it's just, but a compliment in general. Like, hey, bro, like I like your drip or I like your... that kind of thing. Like,
only guys go like, dude, I like your shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I feel like for women it's a little different. Like guys are weird too. Some lady goes, oh, I like your shirt.
Yeah.
The guy goes, oh, dude, she wants to fuck me.
Well, that's what I mean. Because they don't get it enough.
Right.
It's not normalized.
So they get scared. The women are like, okay, no, I just wanted to tell you shirt's cool.
Yeah, but that's because masculinity has been literally squished so much. Now we're in the position that we're in. Now desperation comes in because now the guy doesn't even know what to do with the compliment. He freaks out. He's like, oh my God, she's in love with me.
Yeah.
Infatuation all the way through the roof.
Dude, she likes my shirt. She might want to marry me. I'm going to figure it out, dude. I'm going to go get a mortgage for a house.
Yeah.
They're like, they're thinking.
Yeah.
But like women, I get women. I get when they have to wait for the man to come to them instead of them coming to a man. Mm-hmm. Well, like, why don't women go ask men out? Mm-hmm. I think if a woman goes up to a man, it's like, I want to go out with you. I think as a man, you go, you might think she's easy. You know what I mean? Like, she came to me, now she's throwing herself at me, like, instead of me asking her, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I could see where I could see where you're going with this. Yes and no, just because my first couple of girlfriends that I actually initiated, I already liked them, but they were the ones that made the first move.
Okay.
But I already liked them though.
But if you're like a jerk asshole, like if they're kindly, hey, I like you, and then you're like, that's right, bitch. And you just kind of like, they like me, and that means I could take advantage of the situation.
If I was that type of guy, but that's the scenario of that guy though.
Yeah, but there's some like weird, like there's some guys like that, you know what I mean?
No, for sure.
That's why women have to protect themselves and not put themselves in that weird, vulnerable position. Unless they're 100% sure you're not an asshole. Mm-hmm. Irvin, you're not an asshole, so I'm going to put my guard down and tell you I like you.
But once again, going into the instincts again of falling to the idea that they want to be protected. Yeah. So we already have the technology, the weapons to them protect themselves.
Yes.
You know, so they could have like a pepper spray.
Yeah, pepper spray.
They have a
little gun in their little purse.
A knife or whatever. Yeah. So they have ways to protect themselves.
Yeah.
So why can't they just go up to a guy? If they're already feeling protected for themselves, right?
Like,
they feel like they can protect themselves, right?
A woman with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could, like, I know, but like, there's a psychological warfare.
Well, that's what I mean. It's an instinct. It can't go away. So that's what I mean. Like the idea that they still want this type of masculine man, but yet they belittle this masculine man doesn't make sense. If you say, I don't need a man, the man's going to hear that. I don't need you too. So it's like we're fighting each other against each other on things that we don't even mean.
Right.
You know, we're just parroting the things that we're being told because it sounds cool, because we want to be the higher person, the one in power. You know, it's her fault because this, and that. It's his fault because this, and that. And yet we're not coming on common ground. I'm like, no, we need each other.
Yeah.
You know, we both need each other.
Right.
Like in order for there to be more humans, you don't really need a physical man, because you go to a sperm bank and just get a actual sperm and then insert it, and here you go, here's baby.
Yeah.
But is that little kid going to come up healthy, with good values, good morals. Because if it's already hard with two people, like two parent household, and the school system's programming them,
Yeah.
and it's a single mom,
A lot worse, right? You're better
it's
off.
exactly
you're better off,
it's
like,
a lot worse. So now
worse.
society's doing worse,
and there's many of that.
and there's a lot of that.
Single mothers out there.
But that's what I mean. We need each other instead of bickering towards
Yeah.
who is the better person, who is the worst person. Oh, it's their fault, or it's them. It's them. That's their fault because they don't want to be gentlemen no more. Oh, it's her because she's basically out in the streets. She went hot girl summer all day.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. So we're kind of blaming each other, and we're just being divided. And the idea of these little kids being, just being neglected, it's because of that. It's the adults that aren't really thinking far ahead. Maybe I should think 5-10 years from now how my life's going to be and how could I change that, instead of just living in the moment currently, like, oh, today I'm going to live my best life and I'm just going to live it the way that I can and for myself. And I think a lot of people are living very selfishly. And I think that's a lot of where a lot of people fall into I want more, but I don't know how to do it. And they just entitle themselves to the want rather than how do I get it myself? And, like, how do I build it myself if I really want that kind of thing? But yeah, it's just a very deep thought as far as like when it comes to human behavior studies little kids right now are being victimized as far as like they're being programmed, being bullied.
Yeah.
It's just a very interesting time as far as like within society right now.
Full confusion.
Yeah.
Very confusing. It's a chicken without his head,
Yeah. And how could we then tell people like, yo, it's not really neither party's fault. If it is something that you're feeling towards the girls right now, maybe you should look at yourself first and vice versa with the girls. If you're not finding the guy that you want to be with, maybe you should look inside first, that kind of thing. Like instead of blaming each other, we should blame ourselves first.
If you got to accept that, you're a shithead.
Yeah, exactly.
Accept you're a shithead.
Exactly.
Accept who you are, a shitty person.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to accept who they are.
Yeah.
And they kind of just like, no, I'm a great person.
Exactly.
No, you're a really bad person.
Yeah.
Evaluate
and this
yourself.
is why you don't have friends. And this is why you don't have a girlfriend. And this is why you don't have a good job.
Yeah.
And this is why your kid's shitty.
Yeah. And then you get to that self-reflection.
There
and
you go.
Okay, you broke yourself down. Now it's time to pick yourself up and get what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's true, man.
There you go.
People are living in denial for sure.
That's what it is. Denial.
Dang, man. What a journey, Urban.
You brought it up, bro.
Yeah, man. But it's this conversation is such a big conversation. We can continue it, man. But yeah, the human experience.
The human experience,
the
bro.
Toxic good men in the world,
Yeah. So let me actually bring up a toxic question.
Oh, snap. Give me the toxic question, buddy.
The toxic question is, if you get engaged or you get a divorce, are you entitled to that engagement ring that you gave your wife, or if not, your fiance?
All right. Tell me again.
Oh my God.
Give me that. Go strong at it.
What's wrong with you? You didn't listen? All right. So, if you're getting a divorce or you're getting engaged, okay?
Okay.
Are you entitled to that engagement ring or that wedding ring that you gave your wife, or if not, your fiance?
You spent a lot of money on it.
Yes.
Do you keep it back? Are you obligated to get it back?
Yes.
And to pawn it off and get your money back?
Or whatever you want, because remember, you gave it to her.
Oh, well, they do have a saying, Indian giving or Indian taker.
Okay, so are you entitled to that ring? Like for her to say, okay, I don't want to be with you no more. Here's your ring back. Or I don't want to be with you. I'm taking the ring.
I want the ring back.
Okay.
I want the ring back.
Okay.
You
want the ring back.
I spent many hours at work to get that ring for you. I took a whole loan out.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. It's going to take me I want that ring. I want the ring back.
Okay.
Give it back to me.
All right. So you're wanting the ring back then?
Yes.
And do you think women should be willingly just giving it off the bat? I don't want to be with you no more. Here's your ring.
Yeah, give it back to me. You should do that.
Is it morally correct or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what you gonna do with it? You can still wear it even though you don't want to be with it?
They could sell it.
Not right.
They'll do the same thing that you're gonna do. They're gonna sell it.
Yeah, but I bought it first.
Yeah, you bought it, but you gave it.
I did give it to you.
Yeah.
Because you were gonna be with me.
Yes. Oh, okay, gotcha.
You're gonna be with me.
So the price tag was that you could have it as long as you're with me.
Exactly.
There you
exactly.
Go.
That's
knowledge.
Knowledge, dude. Get to it, bro.
Knowledge.
Get that ring back.
Okay.
and pay for some other stuff you want to get. You know what I mean? The girl left you. She broke your heart.
Yeah.
At least give my ring back.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Okay.
I'm not gonna be like, you keep it, whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That ring cost me $25.
$25.
Yeah, that's no 25,000.
Okay, I was about to say.
Nah, dude.
Where'd you get it?
I got it from Russia. I don't know. It's like a rarity jewel, dude.
Okay.
It's hard to get.
Okay. Actually, going off of
want
the
that
ring, if I could build off of it?
Yeah.
Does it matter if the ring is actually coming in from a mine, or do you think does it matter if it's artificially made? Because now we could actually make diamonds,
So
and it's exactly the same.
artificial diamond or a blood diamond?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude.
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
Yeah. If it's literally
I think there's more value of a little African kid finding that diamond for me.
but the value of like your idea of being valuable, because the same thing is the same thing, right? A diamond is a diamond.
It's a shiny.
One's coming in from the pressures of the earth and whatever. Someone dug it up.
Yep.
And the other one was artificially made because now we know how to make them.
Cool.
But the actual chemistry of what the item is, the material is the same. So the value should be the same, but one's coming in took centuries of development.
I want an organic diamond.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does matter to you. Then.
Yes, it'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if there's value where it comes naturally. If somebody makes it with their hand, like they made me shoes with their hands.
Yeah.
But
someone made it. Remember, someone made it with a hand. The artificial one's made by a hand.
Well, with the technology of a robot, right?
Yeah, exactly. With the lasers and pressure, someone had to think about the chemistry of how to make a ring.
Yeah.
It took time.
I guess.
And then the other one was just literally dirt. Someone just took it out.
Mother Earth just made it through the pressure.
Yeah.
And then a little black kid just had to dig through it to the ground and spit on it and cleaned it and shipped it out to America. Dude, yeah, it's more valuable. There's yeah, for sure.
Wow, you're interesting. You're buying this ring, right?
Yeah, I'm buying a ring.
Yeah.
It came from the ground.
Okay,
it's worth more, I think.
No, it's not. It's the same thing.
Obviously. One was made through a machine, through a chemist, technology.
Yeah.
Boo, boring.
Yeah, but who cares?
I care.
How though? Like it's the same thing. Like literally,
it's like a painter. He paints this original painting.
Yeah, but that's a person doing it. You're still thinking of.
He's doing it, right?
Someone's doing it.
Somebody's doing it by hand.
Someone created the thought of like, I'm gonna make this ring.
Yeah.
Instead of digging it up, I don't have to wait 20 years for Earth to make it. I'm gonna think of the chemistry of like the formula. I'm gonna come up with. It's art. The chemistry is art. Someone came up with it. Then you're giving the formula to someone else to develop.
You think that that's still organic enough?
It shouldn't matter because it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing.
I don't know. For me, it feels more real if it comes from the ground.
Yeah, but someone literally sacrificed their life just to grab that piece of rock that literally has no value.
Yeah, it's horrible,
And literally someone that didn't have to die just made it.
So if you told me that, would I rather have a machine make diamonds and then eliminate the kids that are digging it and killing themselves for a quartz little diamond or something like that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's save the planet, Captain America, Captain Planet. Yeah,
the only reason I ask is because the diamond industry is literally the one that created the diamond industry. The idea of the ring came about commercials. When commercials came about, that's when it started developing. The whole idea like a diamond is a girl's best something.
Yeah, best friend.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So it came through marketing at a certain point in our human existence. A diamond meant nothing.
Right.
It literally meant it was a rock. It was a rock,
shiny rock
that you could see through, but it didn't mean anything. Like pearls. We valued pearls because we see something, an item came about, like, oh, it's valuable because it looks shiny. Mm-hmm. But we're the ones that put a price tag on these items. Now that's what I'm saying. That the material is the same thing.
Yeah.
Why should it be the cost should be more, regardless if where it came from, if it's literally the same thing. But the argument when it comes to girls is like they don't want the artificial ring because they think it doesn't come from the dirt, like you said.
I want it from my African kid.
But literally, it's the same thing. So I'm like, why does it matter where it came from?
Same price.
It should be the same price, but because women are the ones that value diamonds, and of course,
so the women are calling the shots for the pricing of diamonds?
Because remember, if there's a market for something, that market is going to then choose what the item is going to be worth.
Yeah.
So the diamond industry decided, hey, let's sell it to women. Let's tell them that it's their best friend. If they don't have one, their man doesn't love them. So the value is, if I don't have this, no one loves me. So the emotional connection came about emotions. Now, of course, that type of emotional connection of love, it's priceless, right?
Man, what a trickle down system.
So it's priceless. So
Yeah.
the amount of dollars that is thrown out to the diamonds, hey, you should be spending $5,000, $10,000, $15,000,
If
$20,000.
you really love her.
If you really love her, exactly. So you're actually
Shit.
putting an actual price tag on something that doesn't even have value to begin with.
Damn.
But that's what I mean. Like the idea of like you prefer something that's coming out of a dirt has no
Yeah,
value.
I think about that.
Yeah.
Like, I think about like, okay, I'd rather have something. This one came from the Bohemian jungle,
Mm-hmm.
rare, and this one came from a laboratory
Mm-hmm.
made by Thomas. Which one sounds more appealing?
yeah. But if
The jungle one or made in the laboratory?
yeah, if they had value, I would say the one that came from the jungle.
Wow, but they're
Yeah.
the same. They're the same.
Yeah, then they don't have value.
They're the same, but this one came from the ground.
Yeah.
From the dirt.
Yeah.
This one was made by little chemicals and the
And
little
if I was selling it, I would be like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
One came from somewhere, one didn't.
It's like those records, the first Beatle vinyl records. You got the first original mint condition one, and then you got one that was sold at Walmart.
Yeah.
Same song, same track,
But there's only one.
but that one's originally
Yeah,
made
but
in the 60s.
that's only
yeah.
one though. There's like literally millions of diamonds.
Yeah.
You're talking about millions of diamonds that came from the ground.
Yeah.
If there was only one diamond
Yeah.
and only one diamond that existed, of course that diamond's going to be valued more than
Yeah.
the one that's actually available through a chemist
Yeah.
lab or whatever. Then I would say, okay, that's a rarity because there's only one. But there's millions and they're like in a vault.
Yeah.
And they're just saying, oh, we don't have enough diamonds, so we need to send more diggers out.
Damn.
So now the value is based off of we're going to contain the
Scandalous.
amount of diamonds.
Scandalous.
So that we
is
could
that
say
real-
it's a-
is that really true?
Yeah, that is true.
They'll say we got no more diamonds.
And that's how the value of a diamond came about, because it's rare only when there's not enough of it.
it's hard to get.
It's hard to get, but they have a whole vault filled with diamonds. Literally, they have a vault filled with diamonds. And remember,
Organic, real diamonds.
organic or non-organic,
Yeah.
we could literally, there's so many diamonds that if they actually came out with them, the value of the exchange would be so low, it wouldn't have a value anymore.
What a scam.
But that's what I mean. There's no value.
Nothing has value. Damn.
Yeah, and that's how we get sold on stuff.
But like that how it trickles down. It goes, you don't love her if you didn't pay 20,000 for it. And the guy's like, oh, dude, I gotta work now extra hours for this damn ring.
And the only feeling that the guy gets from that, because we don't even think that far.
Yeah.
We're not thinking, I have to get her a stupid ring that's $5,000. Because I'm
No.
not thinking that far.
No, right.
The only way that I'm going to get that anxiety is coming from her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The type of girl
But-
that she is will then determine the type of ring that I could then get her.
Right.
If she's very bougie, then I'm like, shit, now I have to get her a $15,000, $20,000 ring that's technically worthless.
But like what they're telling women, a diamond's the girl's best friend.
Exactly,
That's
so-
already a thing that's being
Exactly.
spread in
That's
women's
been
head.
programmed.
And the program in the brain of a woman's like, well, if it doesn't cost more than $20,000,
Yeah.
you don't really love me.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, I love you
Yeah.
so much.
Or if it's not this big and
Yeah.
my neighbor can't see it from her window.
So programming, women's like, yeah.
And then
the guy-
nagging to the man.
And the man's like, oh. And then breaks up with you, doesn't give you that ring back. You lost 2 times.
yeah, literally.
2 times. You
Literally.
lost life spending too much hours at work.
yeah.
And then she takes the ring back, doesn't
Yeah.
give it to you. She sells it.
Yeah. But that kind of goes
Ah,
off of the
damn.
idea that how easily we're programmed, though.
Humans. see?
Something that is literally valueless, which is a diamond. It doesn't do anything. Doesn't create anything.
Doesn't create lives.
It doesn't
fix anything.
It has no energy.
Nope.
Like where you could put in your gas and my car is going. It's going to go for 5 years without me putting more
Turbo
gas.
boost.
Exactly. It has no value. It's literally a rock, and yet we put a price tag on it. It's crazy, right?
That's called the Matrix, bro. That seems like a Matrix theory, dude. That's the Matrix. It makes something out of nothing, and then we're all buying into it.
Yeah.
And that's life. That diamond scenario is everything that we do.
Everything. The dollar.
The 9 to 5 job that you do,
Yeah.
that pointless job that you do,
Yeah.
You know, the food at the market where they could have just taught us from the beginning how to grow food in our backyards. Like everything in society in America, what I know, it's a bunch of baloney, dude. Taxes, bunch of baloney. You work your ass off. They take a shitload of it from you because you work too hard.
Yeah.
You work too hard. You need to get all that money back.
Yeah. And do you know that when it comes down to taxes, you're technically working for 3 months for free. So those 3 months are your taxes. So for the whole year, 12 months, right? In those, you're going to divide 3 months. Those 3 months that you're working from January, February, and whatever, you're literally giving it to the government.
You're working for free.
For 3 months. Literally, that's what taxes are. 25%, bro, or 30%.
Dang.
Yeah. So whenever you get a job, you already know that the first 3 months are going to be for the government.
That's it, kids. Listen, you're working for free, man. That's what I'm saying, man. These made up things just causes so much pain in our lives. So dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I think at the end of the day, we just have to be educated in order for us to play the system as well, because those that are educated won't teach us these things. Like you're telling us, they don't teach us how to farm. They don't teach us how to manufacture our own clothing. They want us to consume so that we could buy from whatever item they're making and that don't even last. Like right now, my cell phone has been acting up, and it's been 2 years. I haven't dropped it. I haven't put it in water, but yet now my signal's even weaker. My phone charger port is acting up. I can't even listen to music half the time in my car.
Damn.
It was $1,000. I'm like, bro.
$1,000, dude. Yeah.
And it still looks new. There's no scratches on my cell phone. It literally looks new, and it's breaking from the inside. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but they're breaking it.
And that's Apple is a scam in its own.
Exactly.
You only got 1 year. If you have any problems within that 1 year, you can return your phone to give you a new one.
And you're paying the monthly fee.
What do you mean monthly fee?
Because I did where I bought my phone, but I was paying it monthly, so I didn't pay it in full.
Pay in full, but okay. I mean, that's a whole other thing. But I'm trying to say that there's a system. It's a game. There's rules to it. If you are educated in these rules, you could somehow manage to be afloat with this education information. But if you're uneducated, which is pretty much the case for most people, and that's how they want it for us, then we're all going to be suffering.
Yeah.
And then, like they also said, like in order to have a rich person, there has to be a poor person.
100%. Because that rich person needs that poor person to work. Because they're always going to need someone to fix the roads, go get our DoorDash, that kind of thing. Someone needs to be an Uber, and you need those people to have society work. And in order for that to work, they have to be poor, because they need to have the need to do it, because no one wants to do it. Who's going to say, oh, one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be DoorDash. I'm going to be Uber,
I'm going to be the best Uber driver ever.
Exactly. So the necessity needs to be there in order for this type of society to work. And I would say not society in general, this type of society to work. Someone needs to be a cashier, and even cashiers are going out.
Yeah.
Now I see the checkout lines.
Yeah.
They're like, it's the self-checkout now.
Self-checkout, yeah.
Now they're out too.
Damn.
Yeah, but someone needs to put those carts back, into the store. So they don't want to do that. It's freaking hot out here. It's cold out here too when it's cold.
Yeah, eventually you're going to have self-driving carts. Like they're going to know to drive themselves back into the cart line by themselves.
Yeah.
Somebody lost a job.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll definitely have to see how far we actually go in our human existence, as far as like when we take our last breath, like where is society at that point? And is it better or is it going to be worse? That's kind of those things that we just have to realize. Am I trying to make things better within my circle of friends or family to then maybe influence them to be a better person for themselves so that they could then recreate the type of scenario and environment that I'm trying to recreate right now? Or am I just kind of just going with the flow?
And that's really interesting because, that's more valuable than materialistic things, more than just buying the most expensive things, or it's more valuable to inspire others.
Yeah.
That's more valuable.
Yeah.
That's better. You could die and think like, I did something different. I inspired, I loved, I cared, I try to help people. And that's when that's a better way to go out.
Yeah, no, I agree. But like I said, a lot of people are living a life of just for themselves. You know, like I live for myself. I do these things for myself. You know, I'm not really doing anything but for me. I'm just consuming. I'm just
Consuming.
everything is for me. You know, like I'm very selfish.
and just being also not realistic and seeing who you are. You're really you're an asshole, then admit it and then change it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they're not real
Yeah.
to themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it is. It's a lot of people.
Selfish, you know, consuming and not really seeing the reality of who they are. It's just like that's not good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are in that moment right now just because it's easier to live in this self-doubt,
Yeah.
you know, rather than living in reality, because living in reality, that means there's self-reflection like we already talked about. And going through the self-reflection, that means you have to navigate whatever traumas you've gone in the past or you have from the past
And have the time.
accept it as well.
Yeah.
And then of course, then you, like we're saying, having the time to then self-reflect.
Yeah.
Is that a thing in your life?
Is that a thing in anybody's life? You gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, no time to self-reflect.
Or am I just going to stay the way that I am? And is this the easier path just because it's already hard, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Damn. You know, Irvin, it is 9/11.
Oh,
You remember that?
yeah, of course.
Dude.
The date?
The day, never forget. 9/11, September 11, man.
What grade were you in?
Dude, I think I was in fourth or fifth grade.
Okay.
I was elementary school.
Okay, I was in 7th grade.
7th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me your story, dude. How was it? I remember waking
How
up.
was it?
Yeah, dude, because I remember waking up and seeing on the news at towers. I didn't quite understand it. My
Yeah.
parents never understood it.
Yeah, I think when we were so young, and I'm pretty sure even for you, because you were younger than me, it was just something that you saw on the TV, and we were so used to seeing whatever on TV. It wasn't like, oh, it's happening in our country. You know, we assume that everything that's drastic happens somewhere else. You know, like
Yeah.
we don't really think about how would I feel if it happened in my backyard, that kind of
Right.
thing. And that's fairly close. New York is not that far. And I think that's what everyone that was an adult at that time was feeling. You're like, this is happening here. The war is coming here. And people from here are now dying. And that's kind of where we came into the, oh, this is real. You know, this kind of thing. America was assumed to be like safe, a safe haven, you know, because we never had that before. And when I was in 7th grade, I remember it was my math class. But even before I got to class, in the bus driver was actually playing the radio and they were actually talking about it. But once again, it was like, oh, you're just talking to your friends. You're not really listening because you're so young, you know, like it's the news. Who cares? I want to hear music.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I felt too.
And then, of course, we got into class. They put a TV and, you know, those big old tube TVs, you know, with the little cart.
We need to show. Dude, that's so funny. We got to show the kids this.
Yeah. And then, of course, after that, the teacher was all serious. Like, we're going to talk about this. And how do you guys feel about it? And that kind of thing.
And you guys, I don't know.
I was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't know. Like, it sucks, you know, like like, I'm not sure how to react to it because we weren't really taught to even have that type of thought, even at that age, you know, like all of a sudden we're supposed to be conscious enough to understand this fully the way that they were trying to explain it, but I didn't.
It's such a weird time because adults are like, they get it. The kids don't get it. But the adults are like, this is some serious stuff. And it's funny for your teacher to bring a TV and ask you guys, what do you guys think of this? And you guys, I don't know. This is serious. Like they didn't even know how to comprehend it.
Yeah.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah, I think it was because it was the first time that ever happened.
Yeah.
Here in the U.S.
Being attacked in our land. Dang, and that's the first time. I'm pretty sure people were like, "Oh no, this could get worse." You know.
Yeah, and I think just because we live such a comfortable life here, it's hard for us to even comprehend that type of tragedy. You know, the idea that there could be an attack. You know, like, or before then, you know, before that happened, it was harder for us to even consume that idea. And now that it has happened, I'm pretty sure now we could actually, hey, this could happen, you know. There could be some sort of war and it could be in the backyard, you know, it could be here in Palmdale because we have military.
Yeah.
You know, we have the NASA base, we have Lockheed, we have Northrop, which they develop weapons, you know? So yeah, it's very quiet now, But where do you think they're going to attack first?
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Damn. We're screwed.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't even live that far from that place.
Dude, my experience with 9/11 was around 4th or 5th grade, elementary school, and I was preparing myself to trade a kid my Nintendo 64 controllers and a game. And I think it was like a Pokemon Stadium game, and I was going to trade him the game and the controller for like a PlayStation 1
Oh, wow.
system.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It was a weird trade, but
Yeah.
trade center happened. He didn't show up at school. They got bummed out.
Oh, no.
And our parents picked us up early.
Uh-huh.
And then it was all over the news, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
radio.
Yeah, I
We're
remember.
listening to Kiss FM.
Yeah, for like weeks, too.
Yeah. The song was he put this is crazy, man. This is how they get you brainwashed, dude. I was a kid, and he played that song by Enrique Iglesias.
Which one?
I could be your hero. But the song's playing,
Yeah.
and somebody layered underneath that song, people screaming, "Ah!"
Oh, what the heck?
Today's news, like
Oh
people
my
are like,
God.
I could be your hero, and I could hear people screaming, "Oh my
Wow.
God, no!" But the song's playing
Yeah.
too, and I'm like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
That's where I understood.
Yeah.
This is sad.
Yeah.
As a kid, now I get it.
Now I understand.
I understand, but that
Yeah.
song, I remember that. Yeah, I could be your hero, and then you can hear
Yeah.
like screaming in the. It was
Yeah.
Kiss FM, and that played that song in the
Yeah.
morning. Yeah, it was weird.
So that was a couple years ago.
9/11,
Not that long ago.
2001.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
7th grade.
7th grade, buddy.
Wow.
You want to see some footage?
Of the moment that it happened, or
Yeah.
what are you showing me? Because
Yeah.
you say, do you want to see something? I'm like, what are you talking about?
The Trade Center?
The Trade Center
You want to see it?
to like memorialize it.
Well, you got to remember it.
do
I remember in school they made us like watch it
I was
again.
like, you're like my teacher.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Watch this and see how you feel.
Oh, tell me how you feel after this.
Dude, I remember like people falling off from the building.
I think that was afterwards where they started highlighting everything.
Yeah.
Where the newscasters were like now highlighting like a person, like they'll freeze frame it.
Yeah.
Because you don't see it on the like from far away, you don't see actual bodies falling, but it was like the whole concept of like, oh, we're gonna sell the news, so we're gonna sell more tragedy on top of what everybody already knows, because it was tragic, right?
It was very tragic.
But then they just kept going and going, like, oh, this person had to jump off the window, or if not, they were burning alive, and they literally just kept going with that tragedy, and like they're freeze framing the body.
Shit, dude.
And then they're like trying to sell the newspaper, trying to sell whatever program, because they were trying to sell you antidepressants at the time.
Damn.
And I was like, bro, like I remember that. Like it was wild.
That's intense. Poor America, dude.
And do you remember they even had like this what is it, like a measurement of terrorism? Like, do you remember that?
No.
Where they had like it was like literally like almost like a yellow, orange, or it started green, something like that. It was like almost like the forest fires. I don't know if you've driven to Los Angeles forest where we have forest fires. They have this little lever, and then they'll tell you like how tragic or what's the percentage of like a forest fire to happen.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those?
Of the forest fire ones?
Like out here, and when you drive through the Los Angeles crest.
Probably like a meter. Like
Yeah, like a meter. There
from,
you go.
like it goes from like
Yeah.
good to worse.
Yeah, they have that through the newscast. They were like, "Oh, today's meter is something. Today you could go to the mall." And
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
You could probably look it up on YouTube.
What?
Yeah, I remember that. They had like a meter of terrorism,
I gotta look at it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. A meter that tells you if
like 9/11. It was like through 9/11.
But yeah, it's hard not to like. That's crazy. People really did think that we were still gonna be attacked within
Yeah,
that
they were
time frame.
Yeah, they were telling you when not to go to go visit friends and society stuff, like events and stuff, because they were thinking that like they were going to happen in events like concerts and stuff. So they're like they had like a meter throughout the newscast, and of course back then we didn't have YouTube.
Right. So we just relied on the.
Yeah, we just relied it on to the newscasters. Terrorist meter. You spelled America wrong. Put 9/11. Yeah. And then
Man. I try to find old footage of like conspiracy 9/11 videos.
why don't you? Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you Google? Or you put Taurus. There you go. Oh, you had it. There you go, right there.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure you could find like old commercials with that where they were like announcing it.
Come on.
No, that's something else. It's wild how they don't even show us our history anymore.
Right? It's easy to delete delete it, right?
Or what's the? Yeah, that one. Go to the Homeland Security. It's right there. Homeland Security advertise. Yeah, I was talking about that. They were always announcing the like some sort of metric.
Yeah.
Of like telling us like when it was safe to go out. They had it for a couple months too.
Right.
They were basically saying, "Oh, today's a lower risk of terrorism.
Wow,
go out to the mall."
That is so okay. So it's nothing new. Like they said the same thing with COVID. Remember? They had these meters. It's safe to go out at this time or date.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's spiking. We need to go down. So it's the same thing with this terrorist stuff.
Yeah. So to be honest with you, this type of stuff is a form of actual programming society. So they want to evaluate and collect data as far as like who's going to follow and what else could be implemented so that then we could have more control over them. Like, overall. Like when they were talking about the Homeland Security, when that happened, they started implementing the I forgot what acts were implemented as far as like how much data isn't collected as far as like for your internet, how much are you willing to take away from your privacy? That kind of stuff. So they started adding like little policies,
different rules,
where now they're taking more control. And you would think like, oh, after this is now solved, they'll give us our privacy back and they'll backtrack because we're going back to normal. No, they literally start putting more policies on top of that. I don't know if you've gone to the airport lately where you're dropping off a cousin or an aunt, you're no longer allowed to kind of walk them towards the gate anymore. There's literally, there's the steps and there you go. You have to see them off and that's it.
Wow.
I remember I used to actually see my cousins or my aunts at the gate, when I would actually go and take them to the airport, but now we're not allowed to do that anymore. And
security reasons.
Security reasons, exactly. But those are the rules that they want to keep doing. And I think that's what they were trying to do when COVID happened. They were saying, if you don't take the COVID shot, you're not going to be allowed to work. If you don't take the COVID shot, you're not allowed to travel anymore.
Can't go to these venues.
The venues, concerts, restaurants, you're not allowed to do all this other stuff. And all of a sudden, COVID is now we're now getting the second strain or whatever.
Is that what they're talking about?
They're talking about now there's a second strain. They're wanting to get the mask in place again.
Mask mandates. Yeah.
And all of a sudden now we're hearing the health benefits of not having a mask on.
Yeah.
Like the actual idea of like having a mask on for that long is unhealthy. And the idea that if you don't go outside and, live a actual normal life, you'll be more of a risk to get depressed and anxiety, that kind of internal, unhealthy stuff that happens when you're stuck inside. And then, of course, not being outside in the sun, you're not getting, the actual sun rays, which are actually good for us. Now we're actually are weakening our immune system. So now, of course, we're going to get sick even more, but they're not telling us that. They're telling us how to move and how to react. And if you don't do this, you're not going to be able to eat at Denny's. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to visit grandma if she's sick in the hospital, that kind of thing.
Damn.
So they're trying their best to program us as much as they can.
More control.
So they could take more control, of course. And then that's where they have those mandates, as far as like you have to have your restaurant outside in the street. And once the client sits down in their chair, they could take off their mask. All of a sudden, they're safe.
Yeah.
That kind of like, what type of reasoning is this? But who was following? We were all following.
Yeah.
Because we're all trying to live some sort of a healthy, weird way, and that's what they do. They kind of do it slowly because this has been happening for centuries. Like the idea like, oh, what else could we take for security reasons, that kind of thing. And then they kind of say, oh, they gave into this. So, okay, no more of this because you already agreed, we're trying to protect you. But then a new rule comes in. Like all of a sudden now we have, if you get the COVID vaccine, you're going to get a hamburger
I mean, remember you were telling me that California's implementing a new tax law.
Oh, for electric cars.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like you were telling me that California's going to start taxing you for having an electric car and on your mileage.
Yeah, so they're going to have some sort of GPS program into your actual car because in California, everything's taxed. And this is happening in Texas as well. So the idea is because you're not having to pay for gas and technically to create electricity for your electric car, there's generators. You know, like when you go to the mall and they plug them in, there's a generator that is being used to make that electricity. So it's being used via gas. So, but
Gas makes electricity.
yeah,
That's weird.
Yeah,
Because of the generator.
for the generators, right?
What a trip.
Exactly. So, of course, now they're trying to implement this law saying, well, technically you're still using gas, so we should charge you something for, you know, using the gas
Generator. Yeah.
generator to then, you know, charge your car again. So now they're trying to go after the idea like, we're going to put a GPS or a GPS app or something's going to happen within your car. And we're going to basically tax you at the end of the year, depending on how many miles you've gone. And that's what you're going to be taxed on. And that's kind of what they're going to probably average it out as far as like what a normal car would be driven as, like the amount of gas you'd go a month. And then they'll kind of like average it out that way. And of course, this is not just California. This is also going in Texas.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Punishment for driving too far.
Exactly.
Tax me for going too far.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Or just driving in general.
Just driving in
Because
general.
they're the ones that are pushing the electric car.
What a control.
Yeah.
That's so control.
They're
That's
like, first, get electric cars because
for the ecosystem,
for the
right?
yeah, exactly,
So
ecosystem.
this is for the good, for the betterment of this world,
Yeah.
for the planet.
Yeah, don't use gas no more.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Give me an
Yes.
electrical car.
Yeah, it's more
Now
economical.
we're gonna, GPS track you.
Yeah.
For driving too long.
Yeah, and the electricity is more expensive too.
But being gypped, bro. Yeah,
So what's the solution? Use your legs.
Use your legs. We're gonna have a
Get a bike.
Get a bike, man. A bike full society of bike riders. Dude. That'd be cool.
That'll probably be easier.
That will be easy. Well, I wouldn't say it.
Oh no.
Happy 9/11, everybody.
Wow.
No. Never forget. How about that's what they always
Yeah.
tell us. Never forget 9/11,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, very tragic moment.
Tragic moment.
Yeah.
Did Bush do it? I don't know.
Did Bush do it?
Yeah,
Do
they're
you think it's
saying-
a security? I mean, a conspiracy.
The whole conspiracy. Bush did it.
Oh wow. I don't know.
They went bankruptcy after they like, I don't know, man, like this whole conspiracy theory about that the government did the whole thing. And
Well, there was a lot of misuse of our military at that point. I don't know how far the conspiracy goes as far as like when it came down to the Eiffel Towers, but I know for sure we went into Iraq and also we, like the idea, like, what was it? The mass,
weapons of mass destruction.
yeah, that concept,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
the reason why we're going.
Yeah.
And of course it just came about like that wasn't the reason.
Nobody knew. Like years went by. It's like we're still going to war.
Yeah,
Like,
what's
why?
going
What's
on?
going on?
Exactly.
I don't know. They just-
Money.
War, mass. Weapons of mass destruction,
Yeah,
dude. Gotta
yeah.
take care of it.
Yeah. It's all about money though.
It was money, yeah. If they told us it was just for the money, that would have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, it's our tax dollars that are paying for it. Those decisions that go into the place as far as like within America, we're technically giving them the money
Damn.
to do it. We're giving them the okay to do it.
That was my money, dude.
That was your
Working
money.
at McDonald's, pay for that war.
You're in 4th grade, bro.
Yeah, I was doing a massive trade. That never happened, dude.
Yeah.
This tall black kid, he had diabetes.
Oh no, you're thinking about your PlayStation.
Yeah, I was thinking about my PlayStation at the time. I was like, "Boom!"
Yeah.
Everybody's going home early. I still got this damn Nintendo 64 controller. I was bummed out, dude. The deal didn't go through because
Wow.
of the 9/11 towers,
no.
dude. It was suck, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, never forget.
Never forget. Never forget. Do you want to watch the towers?
No.
You don't want to watch the towers?
Why?
Well, I mean, just
I remember.
I
haven't forgotten.
mean,
Do you forgot?
I forgot.
Oh,
That's what
wow,
I'm
you
saying.
forgot.
Like,
Wow.
that's why they got to remind us every year. Like,
Yeah, because you have to remember.
Remember, never
Yeah,
forget.
Yeah.
I hope I live. I hope I live. It's coming down on me.
I hope I live.
Here it comes. I'm getting behind a car.
Ooh, snapper.
It's incredible. Okay, I'm gonna have to go find people who need help. Because I don't think I'm one of them. You okay, sir? Okay.
He's keeping his cool.
Can I just get a toot off your respirator? Can I get a toot? I'm seeing a couple of clean breaths. That's good.
That's too long. He was saying he was going to take a little whiff.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually went to New York 2006. So it was before. I think now they have a building right there, that area, or a
Okay.
memorial thing.
Yeah.
But when I went, they just had like the big old hole still, like around it, where those towers were, and then you could still see a lot of the damage between where the buildings were at, like those nearby buildings that a lot of windows were broken.
Yeah.
On those the buildings nearby. I remember we actually went to the ground zero
Wow.
area. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 2006, because that happened 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn, man. But what do you think about this? This is a reporter, I think.
I don't know, maybe.
Cameraman caught in aftermath of Twin Towers.
I remember they came out with a documentary with it was a fire department,
Okay.
and it wasn't about this. Like the documentary was about the fire department,
Oh, okay.
but it became the documentary because there was already camera crew with that type of fire department that happened with it. Would they get called in and they didn't know what was happening, and then they had just assumed there was a fire in one of the towers. Camera crew went with them and basically followed them, and all of a sudden all of this happened while the actual documentarians were there documenting
A documentary
an actual documentary
about firefighters.
about firefighters, and all of a sudden it happened while they were filming it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen footage of a guy just hanging out in New York. Like, I'm in New York. And then you can see the airplane.
Oh,
Oh my God! He was just a tourist, you know,
Yeah.
like just hanging out.
Yeah.
And he just randomly just captured that
Yeah.
one moment
Yeah.
of that airplane.
and isn't it wild that they had actual camcorders back then?
Yeah.
Because now if something like that happened, everyone and their mom would be on their cell phone.
Going live.
Like the people inside the building. I mean, like if you're
Oh
stuck,
my God.
going live and everything, like you would actually see,
What an intense moment.
like, because of social media, right?
Right.
We'd have like Facebook Live, IG Live, Snapchat Live,
Everybody going-
TikTok Live. Everything would be live that you could actually see it in the moment in like a surreal way of, because everybody's going to be on the phone.
They're on their phone.
Like-
Like, dude, it's dark in here. Guys, I don't know. I'm gonna like this.
You go deep, bro.
That's real stuff happens, dude.
Yeah, but you're actually living in the moment.
Yeah, that happens, dude. What else could happen?
I don't know.
Something magical. He's gonna
Yeah.
float away, dude.
Like a firefighter comes in and rescues their people.
There's some footage of
That's
that.
where my mind goes to. You're like going into death.
Oh my God, they're here to help me.
Yeah, but there's some people that got stuck and
Yeah, they got stuck and they had to jump out of the window.
dang, dude. I'll just jump going live. All right, guys, fuck it.
Could you actually see yourself jumping out?
Yeah, I'd rather just. I don't know, dude. Like, I guess. Like, I think I'd make it.
You'd make it to the ground? Of course.
Dude, I mean, you have no other choice but to figure out how to get the hell out. If not, just sit there and just talk to everybody on the live chat. No, I don't like hot Cheetos and like getting personal with
Yeah.
them or like sharing my darkest secrets.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to take this off my chest before I die, you know, or just jump off a plane. I don't know, dude. You got so many options.
What? Where did the plane come
I mean,
from?
jump out of the building, you know. I go, "Whoa!" That's fucked up. See?
Yeah, I don't understand you.
I'm telling you, man.
Why?
I just. You got. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in that building when you're going live? You're gonna be talking to everybody.
Well, it all depends. If I have a way to escape the building, I'm going to go and
You're
try to
on
escape.
you're on the top tippity top.
Okay,
point.
so the
or like in midway.
okay, I'm in the midway or on top.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
The scenario is because I didn't give you a scenario. I
Yeah,
literally didn't even say you're somewhere in the building.
Fuck
top,
it, dude. I'm
middle.
giving you the
You're
scenario.
already giving yourself the worst scenario
Yes.
of like I'm just going to jump up
Yes.
for no reason.
What am I
Like,
gonna do? Just sit there and get crushed?
Why not?
So that's what you're gonna
but
do.
you don't know though. Like literally, you're not going to know until it crushes, right?
Right.
So you're not going to know. So either it's going to crush you or you're going to fall out the building, but you're not going to know. So the scenario for me would be, is the room that I'm in, is it on fire? So
The room above you is on
do
fire.
I want to burn alive or am I just going to jump out of the window? Now
Yeah.
that's a scenario that I could think of like, oh, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Now there's two problems that I have to weigh in.
I already knew the problem. man.
You're already like, forget it. I'm already gone. I'm going to
Yeah,
jump
I
out.
already know I'm in a situation. I'm going live,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that the building's falling apart.
But you don't know in the moment though. Like that's the thing.
I
Like,
do know when I was telling my scenario. I do
yeah,
know.
but unconsciously, I'm pretty sure the building's gonna just fall, and you're gonna like, okay, it's just already fell on you.
Somebody decided to jump out the window.
Yeah, but those people fell out because there was a fire in the building. They couldn't get out.
On the top area.
It wasn't even on the top. It was literally throughout certain rooms because, like, even you said the rooms on top of them were so hot, or if not the ones at the bottom, the floors were melting that they're either going to fall through the floor and burn, or the room was already on fire and they were just gasping for air because of all the smoke.
Yeah.
So their only choices were, I'm going to suffocate because of the smoke, or I'm going to burn alive, or I'm going to jump out of this building. So that's the scenario, or those were the decisions that were made.
Three
at the time.
options right there. Yeah,
exactly. But they didn't know that the building was going to fall on top of them.
Yeah.
In your head, you already know, but I don't know how you know, but you already know.
Don't question it. Just go with it, man. You always got to question it.
I have to.
You don't let it slide. Now
you literally leave out paragraphs that people out there in
they
the
don't
stream,
care. They just listen. They go, okay, well, he's gonna jump out
Like,
going live.
why is he
I'm
talking
just
this
being
way?
funny, man. I'm just trying to go with.
Well, then tell a joke. I have a parachute on me.
Parachute
or something. I'm gonna ride it with a skateboard, bro.
Where I'm gonna get the skateboard?
Exactly.
Then that doesn't make no sense.
Exactly. See how you feel right now of not making sense. Where did you get the skateboard? Where did you get this?
I said nothing wrong. I'm going live, and either I burn alive.
But you didn't say burn alive.
Well, we all know the building's falling apart on fire.
You didn't tell us.
It's 9/11.
But you didn't tell us. You didn't tell us where you were at.
You know what?
You could have been in the lobby.
I'm not going to be in the lobby. I would have got fuck that. I'm out. That would have been easy for me.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, if I'm putting myself in that situation.
But you should tell us the situation that you're in.
I'm going to be in the worst situation.
Okay, yeah.
In the mid floor, 7th floor.
Okay,
the building above me is on fire.
Okay.
The underneath me is on fire, melting.
Okay.
Now, come on.
All right, there you go.
Why am I going to go through that? You got to get to the point of I'm in the building, going live, talking shit. I'm like, that's it. Just go with it, Ervin. Don't question it. You just don't. You make things complicated, man.
You make them complicated for everybody else.
No,
it's like you tell the story in your head and you assume that people think the way that you think.
Yeah.
That you get mad that we're not thinking like you, and you're like, "Well, I already said it in my head. Why am I going to say it out loud?" I'm like, "Bro, we're not telepathic people. We're just like we're human beings that use our words."
I'm telling you the bit of it. You guys just follow me, man. I got no time to write you a fucking biography here.
See, I'm going to start doing that, and I'm going to see how you react to that.
It's annoying.
It's very annoying. Exactly. So when I leave out things, I'm going to now do that on purpose, though. And hopefully, if you don't say, "Hey, why did you do this?" I'm going to say, "You should already know."
Okay.
Exactly.
I'll follow you.
All right. You better follow me.
I'm going to follow you,
All
man.
right,
I'll
cool.
go with the flow.
I'm going to literally just copycat off of how you talk, and I'll see how you react.
Got it.
Okay, cool.
Maybe. Imagine it works out.
It works out.
Everyone's like, wow, Herbert doesn't talk too long anymore.
And literally, we're just quiet. The whole podcast is just quiet.
Let's continue watching this guy survive the fire, the smoke. That's intense.
This is the car I hid behind. It saved my life. Wait, maybe it was this one.
So cloudy with smoke, dude.
There's all these noises. I don't know what it is. They say someone needs help.
Yeah, Mike! Mike! Mike, come over here! Yeah!
Anybody need a doctor?
Oh, he's a doctor.
Where are you?
Don't have oxygen.
Oh, snap. Look at that guy.
Anybody need a doctor?
Look at that guy.
Yeah, they're all filled with
Dang, look at this guy,
know.
dude. Look at that.
ashes and stuff.
Damn, that's scary, dude.
Have oxygen.
Damn. That's intense. Alarms left and right going off.
Hello, Doc.
Hey, that guy needs some oxygen. If someone can share it with him.
10-4.
Thanks.
10-4. My goodness. You can't even see the sirens from the fire truck.
And this is assuming that was just one tower.
Right. Can't even see anything. what a horrific time, man.
And it took us like what, a couple months to like, I think the whole time that this happened, around that time, it was where I remember like a bunch of American flags everywhere.
Patriotic, right?
Very patriotic. We were all united. Literally, no one was fighting with each other. You know, men liked women, women liked men. You know, no more racism for a couple months. Literally, like everybody was so united as we were Americans, you know, fighting this terrorist together. We had a common enemy now, and our sole focus of hatred was that enemy. And where did that go?
Dude, honestly, there was some tough times for people that were like Muslim.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, it was
very true.
Difficult for them.
They started focusing on the image of an enemy that we created. You know, the idea that it was, you know, what we were talking about, the weapons of mass destruction. You know, we assumed that everyone that was within that category of image was a terrorist.
Yeah. The unease seeing somebody from that culture on the airplane. And you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Terrorist! You know, like screaming, like, I don't give a fuck if he's not a terrorist. I'm scared.
You're scared.
You know, I'll be scared, dude.
You'd be scared.
Yeah, dude. If the media is constantly telling me about jihads, you know, like these terrorists, and you know, I'll be freaking out anywhere I go. If I see, I'm brainwashed. You know, man, I'm being affected. I'm influenced. So if I'm on the plane or on the bus and some guy comes in, I'll be triggered. I'll be like, so. It's messed up for those, you know, for the Muslims or anybody in that culture that was targeted, man.
Yeah. And I remember when even COVID happened, Asian people were targeted.
Yeah.
You
know, China.
Yeah.
You know,
it is what it is, bro. We have to have some sort of enemy to fight.
Man, what a weird.
Is it just humans? Is it we just have to have someone to hate?
We always I think we always have to have somebody to hate on. You got to talk shit, dude.
That's interesting.
That's just us, humans.
Yeah.
You know, one of your best friends could be from shit talking about somebody, you know?
Yeah.
You hate them too? I hate them too.
Yeah.
Best friends forever, you know? Like, you know, you know, just enemies.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's just human life, bro.
That sucks, bro.
we're built weird, huh?
Yeah, I know. And then everybody gets a skateboard.
A skateboard to escape life and reality?
Exactly.
Yeah, I used to skateboard, dude. I used to escape reality with skateboarding, dude.
Tony Hawk just comes about, teaches us tricks.
After 9/11?
After 9/11.
That'd be great.
Getting that impossible move.
My dad died in the towers, but I just did a kickflip.
Get that half pipe.
No, I'll give those girls a half pipe.
Oh my goodness, bro. You're getting dark.
Yeah.
Dang. This is why your wife gets mad at you. You told her you're going to go home in 30 minutes.
Damn, bro. Disclose that information.
Like, have you ever had a whole day where you didn't say a word?
No, I mean, drives, there's times I just like, oh shit, I'm not even saying one word at all. I'm just quiet.
But you're by yourself.
Yeah, I'm by myself.
And you have to talk by yourself. Even when you're by yourself, you have to talk to yourself.
When I'm by myself, typically just listen to music, or I sometimes just sing or just talk. Yeah, I have to talk, man.
To yourself, out loud.
Yeah, talk out loud. And
wow.
And I like thinking out loud.
Wow.
There's a lot of thinking out loud and just thinking about theories and ideas. And then somehow I'll find something funny within that.
Yeah.
Or something deep or something.
Yeah.
There's something has to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
So you're always talking.
I guess so. I'm a talking machine, man.
All right, bro. Well, this is why we have a podcast.
That's where we're going.
This is why we have a podcast.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I know it's getting late and I need to wake up early tomorrow. So let's wrap this up. What time is it? Like 9:30?
No, dude.
What time is it, bro? Don't break my heart. I need to go to sleep.
9:55.
Oh my god, bro. Let's cut it out now.
You haven't got to the phone call yet.
Oh shit, bro. What's wrong with us?
There's a lot of things going.
What's the phone call? And we're gonna end it at the phone call because I really need to go to sleep.
Okay, let's get the phone call going on here. This is I think this is from Tyrone from Compton.
Oh my god.
Hey, what's up, cuz? I got a problem right here. My wife want to do a threesome. She want to spice things up.
Ooh.
But the only problem is she want a man. And I ain't down with that gay stuff.
Oh no.
But hey, you know, happy wife, happy life.
Mm-hmm.
So should I take one for the team, or should your homeboy just walk away, call it quits? I need help, y'all. Thanks.
Damn, Tyrone, man. Tough situation.
I don't know. It doesn't sound too tough to me.
His wife wants to spice it up.
Sounds fairly easy to me.
You'll be down for it, dude.
No, I'd be down. Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
Thanks, no.
Yeah.
Ask me that question again.
Yeah, cuckold,
Shit.
right?
Even that thought that would come in our head. I'm like, what? Okay, peace.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah,
But
dude.
again, did he say he was married?
No, he didn't
Okay.
say that. Yeah.
So if he's married, sucks to be you, because even if you leave her, now you have to give her half of your shit
Okay. Yeah. Forget
because
that.
she wanted to sleep with another man with you, and that's even worse because that's traumatizing to me. And then let's say you're not married to her, so I would say just leave her. Like that'd probably be the easiest solution for me.
Just like that, you just quit.
Hell yeah, bro. Your
Ye-
wife is thinking about another man's D.
I think it's okay to talk about your sexual fantasies.
Talk about them, but don't tell me that I'm going to be with another man.
Right. So yeah, they want to take an action to it, right?
Yeah,
so,
but that's the question, right?
yeah. So yeah, I think it's okay to express it, but
Yeah.
like when it comes down to allowing it to happen in the physical world,
But she's asking you that's what she wants.
that's no, dude, that's over, dude.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it's an easy answer for me. I'm like, I ain't even wanting to even process the thought of like, okay, your girl is going to be with you and you're going to see another man with your girl
Yeah.
while you're in bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, how far do you want to go into that rabbit hole? And I'm basically going into the bare minimum right now.
Yeah.
And I'm already disturbed.
That's true.
Right? So I'm like, nope, not even going into that rabbit hole. Peace.
Yeah.
I'm going
I don't
somewhere
want to
else.
be cucked, man. There's some dudes that like to see their wife getting banged the crap out of, but
I think those are weak men.
those are weird men.
Weak and weird.
Yeah, so if you want to be cuckold, dude, go ahead, Tyrone. But GTM say no, thank you.
I say hell no.
Hell no, buddy. Damn, Irvin, that's the phone call. It's time to wrap it up.
Yep, because I ain't go to sleep, bro.
Yeah, you got to go to sleep.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'll be like, bro, we should have ended at like at 8 o'clock.
We went far.
How far?
Dude, we went at 2:48.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What? What is going on with us, bro?
Hey, it has to be a long one, man. I'm going to be gone for a while.
All right. Well, your wife is gonna be like, bro.
Okay.
You already got home late yesterday.
Yep.
And now you're gonna go home again. She's gonna blame it on me now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, man, this is what the job takes, man.
The job.
This is what these are the sacrifices,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Well, as long as she doesn't blame me,
No, you'll be good.
as long as she doesn't come here and
No, you'll be
start
fine.
yelling at me.
No, my wife is scaring her, man. I don't want no girl coming in my studio screaming at me.
Yeah, it was not my fault. I wanted to go home way earlier. Both days.
That's what happens when you hang out with me,
Yeah,
man.
apparently that's what happened.
Time goes by fast.
Very fast. We don't even see where it goes. It was a good one though.
It was a good one.
Yeah, I felt it.
I felt it. Felt the vibes.
Felt the vibes, bro.
We got real.
Very real.
Exposing myself.
So, any announcements as far as like what's coming up for us before we end the pod?
Well, we definitely thought about having a music show, right? Performances.
Yes, we are gonna have that fairly soon.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like we had a band member. I forgot your friend, Chris.
T-Meg, yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna, or we haven't even asked them yet, but hopefully they'll say yes. That if they could do acoustic show out into the other room.
Yep.
And
Live performance.
Live performance, and
pretty cool.
hopefully we could have that part of our podcast. Not every episode, but every other episode, or whenever we could find a band that wants
Yeah.
to perform.
A chill, cool band. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that
it's
music that we like.
and that's able to actually do an acoustic, because it's not like it's treated or anything here like the room noise. It's just for
Yeah, for a whole band, that'd be ridiculous.
That'd be crazy.
Dumb.
It's all distorted.
Yeah, dude. No way. Fucking.
Yeah, and of
I know.
course we still have to send out the Yosabo game to the winner.
Right. That's right. It's right here.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. Beso Music.
Yeah, so
Besos.
we made that announcement on the last pod
Yeah.
with who?
Just the crew, the two halves of Shade of Brown. That's right.
The Shade Around, bro.
The Shade of Brown.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
That was good. That's coming out soon.
That's going to come out in 2 weeks, or this week.
This week,
This
so,
week.
well, that's
Well,
right.
in 2 weeks for this one, for them to hear this, us say this, it's in 2 weeks.
Yeah. How can we make it seem like we already?
That we already did it.
Wow. What a great episode.
Yeah, it was an amazing episode. And I hope that we didn't offend anybody, because we were talking kind of like in between, trying not to cross certain things, like trying to be respectful. But I thought it was an amazing pod. I those guys are amazing. Like Isaiah and Anthony, they're cool people. You know, like they came through. They wanted to come and be a part of GTM for the first time.
They reached out to us
because they weren't a part of. They haven't been a part of GTM. They've been a part of my Pacheco podcast.
That's right.
But not this new thing.
Yeah.
The concept of GTM is new. Everything that we do is new. So they wanted to experience it. And yeah, they experienced it and it seemed like they liked it.
They had
you know,
a good
we
time.
were here forever too.
Yeah.
And those are the other thing that we have to really set policies. I have to go home early, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, we could just keep doing this. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. It's already 10:01.
Jesus Christ, bro. All right. Besides that, we have, what else? We have to throw you in an ice bath.
That's still going to happen.
What else is going on within GTM? I think we have other guests lined up.
Got a few guests, yeah.
Hopefully they come through. I believe for sure the one that's going to come first is probably going to be Jordan, which is my photographer. And then from there, we're going to have other guests that we're trying to just line it up into our guest list.
Yeah.
So please DM us any toxic questions. We want to actually have them on the pod. We've had a couple of them already from a couple listeners. We've like that interaction. And hopefully we keep having you guys be a part of the pod just as much as we are.
Participate. You know, get us some interesting topics to talk about. You know, you don't have to use your real name and anything.
Yeah.
If you go ahead.
Yeah,
Hit us
you do
up.
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll bring in the ladies still. We're still venturing out to find some lady guests. You know,
We're trying, you guys.
Yeah,
It's very hard to find girls that, because the thing is that I don't want to bring a girl just because she's a girl. Like, it's not affirmative action here.
yeah. Wait, come on. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
If you're a female that is an entrepreneur, comedian, or have a podcast, or is in some sort of entertainment of any sorts that could actually have common grounds with our conversation, we'd love to have you, but it's kind of hard to find right now.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. And we've reached out. It's not like we haven't reached out. We've reached out.
Yes, we have.
And we've been trying our best, but like I said, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel genuine for us to just have a girl, just to have a girl.
Just because they're a girl, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No affirmative action here. We're trying to have equal opportunity, like literally equally. You know, you bring something to the table, cool. Let's have a conversation.
Exactly.
But yeah, so if you're a chick out there that would want to participate into GTM, understand these are categories that we're looking at. You know, so there you go.
Wow, misogynist. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. See you on the next episode. Take care. Irvin, you did great.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Later, everybody.
Later.